It's like we're pilots right now.
I know, right?
Dude.
That's usually like the number one response I get.
Really?
Yeah, you feel like you're in like a cockpit or some shit.
Sick. We're about to navigate the cosmos.
Dude, do you keep up with the news and shit?
Sometimes.
It's
Yeah.
it's really hard to because obviously there's just so much shit going on. There's a lot of bullshit going on.
Dude, always.
It completely detracts from your life.
Yeah.
Not like it doesn't add in a meaningful way. Oftentimes, I found. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like an installation of like fear all the time.
Yes, yes. Well, the reason I asked that is because I didn't know if you had saw the. I guess it's been probably a little over a month ago now, where they were Southwest had canceled all of those flights. Did you see that?
No.
There was probably like I think like 1,000+ flights in a day that was canceled from Southwest.
No shit.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy because I was ironically flying down to Dallas. This was a Sunday. I think it first started happening maybe on Saturday night, possibly, but yeah, Sunday, like almost all these fucking flights out of only for Southwest were getting canceled, and they were blaming it on weather. And what it turned out to be is what it really was is that all these fucking like pilots and different employees, they didn't want to get a mandatory vaccine, so they all just were like going on strike and shit. So if you listen to the news, my point is if you listen to the news, the story was that they're canceling all these flights because of like weather. Meanwhile, yeah, like because like Dallas is a major hub, and that's actually where I happen to be flying. And so there's like all these people fucking stranded like in the airport. The airport was so packed. I was very fortunate. Like I was going on a day trip. Like I flew down to Dallas in the morning. I flew home in the evening.
Yeah.
And somehow I was very fortunate. Like I was able to catch both my flights. I think the flight home was maybe like an hour delayed, but I'm in the airport in the evening and it is fucking packed, bro. Like all these flights are canceled. Meanwhile, they're blaming it on weather, yet no other airline is canceling flights because of weather, right? So it's like if you listen to the news, am I going to listen to this bullshit narrative, which is clearly not true? You have all these other flights going out.
Yeah.
There's no other thing getting canceled because of weather. It's like, man, wild shit, bro.
Wait, like, why not be honest with them? Like, hey, this is what's going on. Like,
yeah, that's it. Just be honest.
So it's like, okay, you're gonna lie to us about like why you're canceling flights. Like, what else are you gonna lie on us?
I know, dude. You know what I always think is very, very funny or interesting or however you want to look at it is how. If you look at, I'm a very big, like, I love watching movies.
Me too.
And if you look at, like, a lot of these movies that are period pieces, it's very easy for people to believe that there was corruption amongst people in power and politicians, like, in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'll see an old movie from, like, the 20s, and there's this crooked-ass politician, and everybody just accepts that, right? But for whatever reason, that doesn't apply to today.
No.
Like, for whatever reason, no, our politicians, our people in power, they're not like that. People forget. It's like, people are human.
Yeah, and I always think, too, it's like, if anybody's going to run for, like, a political office like that, too, it's like, you have to be mentally ill. Like, there's, like, to think that, like, you have enough power to change, like, that many people's life with that many differences and, like, different cultures.
I mean, the type of person that probably wants that job is not somebody who's out there actually trying to be, I mean, for sure some, but I would imagine that the majority of the people are not usually going in it for like altruistic reasons. They're just really wanting to be in charge of people.
Yeah. Yeah, like a almost, or some people have like a savior complex with it too.
Yes.
Like, oh, I can save the world. I can
save the fucking world.
I can save the world. I can make it in my image. And it's like, come on, man. Whatever happened to like accepting people's like differences and be like, oh, you agree with that and I don't, and that's cool. We should move on to something else.
Let's just move the fuck on. Strange times, my friend.
Yeah, or just like educate people. Like, it's like, yeah, I don't know what that is, so tell me what it is, and I can make my own opinion on it.
Right. Yeah, discussion has just gone out the window. It's like you're just supposed to believe what I say.
Yeah.
You can't question. I was talking with, I guess, a couple people now this week. I feel like I'm almost on repeat, kind of, because certain things just keep popping up in conversations.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how, like, the term conspiracy theorist was actually coined by the CIA in, like, 1967. It's not, the reason they did it is essentially to discredit anybody who was going against, like, the official narrative.
Okay, so like what they were putting out there in Yeah.
Yeah, so like what's on the news, like what's the story of any official story? Anybody who's like rationally thinking and asking questions, they were labeled a conspiracy theorist. And like that's where we have that term. Like anytime when you hear conspiracy theorist, is it ever like a good connotation?
See, I think like for me 15 years ago, it was always like an interesting conversation because it seemed like the best like historical fiction where it's like, oh, people have this like different idea on
Oh,
a
yeah.
take of history. But it's like
Mhm.
now conspiracy theorists, it's like it's so like it's like ingrained where it's like associated with QAnon and like a crazy thing where
Yeah.
it's like they're microchipping all of us and it's like
All these far out things, right?
yeah, oh my god.
So as soon as you hear that term, right, you just associate it with like the most like outlandish thing.
Yeah.
So then, whenever it's something that is presented reasonable, such as like, "Hey, man, I don't know if you noticed, but if you start allowing them to mandate shit, that's a slippery slope where you can lose freedom." And it's like, "Oh no, you're just being a conspiracy
Yeah.
theorist." It's like, wait a second, how is that a conspiracy? Like that's there's actually a lot of evidence to show that that happens.
Yeah, I mean like you look into history as a whole, or even like sci-fi books where it's like, oh,
Yes,
this is a mandated thing. This is where it ends up going. Like,
yes, bro. Did you just see that they have robots that can reproduce?
no, what are you like? They can actually make like another robot.
Bro, I just found out about this as well, and it is fucking crazy. They essentially have uh, combined these like tiny little, like they're super, super small little robots with like actual flesh. I can't remember which animal that they use.
So there is like some kind of organic matter that's in there.
Yeah, it's organic. Like,
Oh my
yeah, so
god,
they've paired the two. Yeah.
that is terrifying. That was like, was that? I don't know. It was some kind of big tech company that was trying to do artificial intelligence, and then the two computers started creating their own dialect
Oh
and
shit.
talking to each other.
Yes, I
So
think I heard about
yeah,
that.
and they unplugged it because like we can't control that. Like
We don't know what they're saying, what they're.
what they're planning. Like
Oh my gosh. What the fuck, dude? Living robots. Yeah, Xenobots. World. Okay, let me see here. I never know what to click on. World's first living robots can now reproduce, scientists say. The U.S. scientists who created the first living robots say the life forms known as xenobots can now reproduce in a way not seen in plants and animals. Formed from the cells of the African clawed frog, which is Xenopus levis, from which it takes its name. Xenobots are less than a millimeter wide. The tiny blobs were first unveiled in 2020 after experiments showed that they could move, working together in groups, and self-heal.
oh, that's not good at all.
Bro, what? Hey, you know what that means? We're gonna have Wolverine very soon.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah, dude, this is the start of the X-Men right here.
China's already probably doing this with people, right?
Well, there's always those like depending on where you look at it, where they talk about like the human pig combinations and like the chimeras and shit that they've been trying over in China.
Yeah,
It's like
dude.
well, and then there was that fucking surgeon in Italy that was trying to do the head transplant.
You know, I never followed up on that, but I think I heard about that.
So they wouldn't let him do it there, but China was like, yeah, you can come
You
do
can
that.
come here and do it, right?
So the guy that they had do it, they waited a long time for it. He has like some kind of like muscle disorder where it's like, oh, eventually over time, like he was not going to be able to control his body. Like it was just going to deteriorate into like, I guess, being paralyzed. But he backed out at the last minute because he fell in love and had a kid. And he just like I guess the power of love basically is what he's saying. It was like, no, I don't want to do this crazy thing because they couldn't guarantee that he was going to survive. But
Well, according to this, world's first human head transplant has been
whoa,
successfully
someone's already did it.
carried out. This is on October 11th, 2021.
Oh my god! So this okay.
But this says has been carried out on a corpse in China.
Oh yeah, I did see. Yeah,
Yeah, controversial Italian doctor said on Friday he and his team are now ready to perform the surgery on okay, so it wasn't actually done on a living person, it doesn't seem. They're now ready to do it on a living person. Whoa. Dr. Sergio Canavera, chief of the Turin Advanced Neuromodulation Group, said the operation was carried out by a team led by Dr. Zhaiping Ren. I probably fucked that name up.
that looks pretty right.
Yeah, who was last successfully grafted a head into a monkey's body. So last year, that person did this on a monkey. Holy fuck. What are we doing?
Dude, this is playing too much.
So the successful transplant by the surgeons at the Harbin Medical University shows that his techniques for reconnecting the spine, nerves, and blood vessels to allow two bodies to live together will work. Although Russian computer scientist Valery Spiridonov, who suffers from a muscle wasting disease, volunteered to become a first head transplant patient. The team has said the first recipient will likely be Chinese because the chance of a Chinese body body will be higher. Okay, so I guess they want the same head and body.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they're saying they'll be able to get a Chinese donor body probably easier. Okay. Well, Canavero, who has claimed to have successfully carried out the surgery on rats and monkey, I guess my monkeys.
Just a singular monkey.
Yeah, just a single, maybe just monkey. Yeah, said scientific papers detailing the procedure on the corpse, as well as more details of the first live human transplant would be released in the next few days. He said a live operation would take place in China because his efforts to get backing for the project were dismissed by the medical communities in the U.S. and Europe. Well, no shit, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Frankenstein over here.
Dude.
Holy shit, man. According to USA Today. Man, this is insane.
I didn't know they actually did it on a cadaver. Man, can you imagine that happening to you and you waking up on like another body?
Dude, that's wild.
Like if you're like 7'2" or something, or even like 3 foot, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah, I don't. Man, how?
Because there's so many movements that we don't realize that we do that just are like that we just know how to do. We don't think about,
Right.
So I guess you'd have to relearn that in a new body.
This just really makes me. You have to wonder about consciousness, right? Because I feel like you're 100% operating under the assumption that consciousness is completely in the brain.
Yeah,
with this technique.
Yeah,
is that the case?
That's a good point.
Does everything point that it's probably all in the brain? I don't know. Maybe. I would think so.
I mean, I don't think they would pursue this unless that's what they thought with that.
I'm sure that's what they think, but I don't know. But I wonder, like, what is consciousness, right? Like, what is that thing that makes you and me? Like, have you ever gone on like a deep trip?
Yeah.
And like when you like blast off.
Yeah.
And how you can still very much have this sense of you, although you're not really in your physical body.
No, you're somewhere else.
But you are you. So that is your like. So in my mind, that tells me that like I have a body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How people say like you have a soul, or like you are a soul, like but you have a body.
Yeah.
Use whatever word you want to use, but like like whatever I am, like I have a body. Like I used to very much identify with like my physical self.
Yeah.
Like, I thought what I saw in the mirror was me, but then after having a very deep DMT experience, I quickly realized, no, like I have a body. And whatever I am is not that.
No, it's just like the vessel that we're carried in on.
Right.
So I've always looked at like the conscious as like just matter, because that's what it is, and it can't be created or destroyed. So
it's transferred.
Yeah, it's just transferred. So it's like
yes. So I always just refer to it as energy. So the question is, would that transfer just by transferring the head and the brain? I mean, a lot of how we interpret the world is the brain, but I mean, is it? I mean, there's that gut-brain axis where so much is produced in the gut as well. So it's like, oh, I wonder. That's some interesting shit, man.
I mean, this just sounds like the start of like an 80s cult horror film.
Yes.
Like, it's like, say they do pull it off, and it's like the body rejects the head, and it's like this whole battle of him trying to rip off his own head, the whole movie.
Oh, shit.
It's like that crazy shit could be an option, too. It's like,
dude, it seems like we've already thought about so many of the worst case scenarios when it comes to this shit, but for whatever reason, we just completely ignore them and move forward anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's like, I don't know. I think there's such a high level of science that sometimes like human life and consciousness is like disregarded.
Yeah.
Like
just sheer like the hubris of humans.
Yeah. Like, it's like someone's primal brain just reverts everyone back to just like an animal instead of like a conscious being in front of you.
Yeah, that's true. You just start looking at people as just as like an other, a thing,
Yeah.
a statistic, like, you know what I'm saying, but not the same as yourself.
No, no. It's like in World War II in Japan when they had like what was that Unit 137?
Was that?
It was this like huge concentration camp that they were just doing the wildest experiences on.
Oh yeah, like the Nazis.
Yeah, yeah, but this was in Japan, but they were doing it way worse.
This
They'd be
is
like,
in Japan.
yeah, they're like, what happens if we just put arsenic all over? It's like, all right, what if we remove this much skin? And
Right,
see if
just
this guy,
whatever you can think of.
just yeah, whatever. It's like, what if we remove this organ or flip this organ and just do all these crazy? Like, how long can people live this for?
Right.
So the crazy part is that the head scientist of that, like, when they came to stop him, the U.S. brought him in, and he spent the rest of his life devoting his life to children's cancer.
Oh really?
Yeah, so this man spent like 5 to 10 years just torturing and doing the worst things, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, let me just fix kids." It's like,
Holy shit! And we brought him here to the U.S.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of like I want to say war criminals. Really, yeah. We got a lot of war criminals.
Yeah, it's not. It's scary.
Like Russia got half, and like we got a lot.
Yeah, it was like, all right, yeah. It's
like for real, man. Like when you learn about the amount of people after World War II, what was it, Operation Paperclip, where they brought over all of these Nazi scientists, and they're just NASA. They made NASA with that.
they made NASA.
They made NASA.
They got us to the moon, and it was like, and whatever else they did with it too.
Whatever
like,
else, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's like Russia and the United States basically did like a villain fantasy football.
Yeah. You get them and we get this person.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
A draft of mad scientists and like, all right, which one's got the cooler team here?
Yeah,
like,
it's like I know you've murdered countless amounts of people,
dude,
but who gives a shit?
Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
Whoa, dude. That blows me away. Fuck, dude. And that brings me to the original point of how for whatever reason, people are so trusting of people in power.
Oh yeah.
In the government and politicians, like they're not just gonna just do something in their own best interests.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's bringing over like war criminals and just giving them new identities and be like, hey, look, it's all for the greater good. We need to get to the moon first. Fuck Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's up there? Why did we need to get up there?
I just to say it,
just to do it. It's it's a dick swinging contest.
That's a really good point. I never really thought about that. It's like why? What was the just to say that we did it? It's like
yeah. Do we really even go up there anymore that often? Like how many? I know we send shit up there.
Yeah, but when's
but
the last
do people
time?
go up there anymore?
I don't think so.
Unless you're like a billionaire now.
Yeah, where you can just fly around the earth and just do whatever you want.
Dude, that's crazy, dude.
I know.
Fuck. I wouldn't mind having a lot of money like that, but it just seems like a lot more good can be done than is being done.
Yeah, no, and I think I think about that too because it's like I don't know. It's like people get mad at that Bezos for having that much money. It's like, yo, he like won the game, but at the same time, it's like you don't need that much money. You just start fucking handing that shit out. Like
he fucking owns the game now.
He does.
A handful of people own the game big time,
and no one would like question him or like put him down if he was just like, oh, here's all this charity or do this and this. And it's like, look at like we had the fact of like Dolly Parton like helping fund a vaccine, like someone that is not a billionaire but just has like a social name.
Yeah, just out there trying to do something that they feel is right.
Yeah, it's like she didn't need to do that. And it's like I'm sure she doesn't have a budget for doing that shit, but she did.
Yeah, the cool thing I noticed during like the pandemic when things were shutting down, there was this mass transference of wealth, which is where Bezos comes in. Right, like, he got super rich.
Yeah,
but like I saw you would see guys like you said Dolly Parton, and it just made me think of Guy Fieri. And during the pandemic, that dude raised like millions and millions of dollars for people like in the food industry because so many restaurants were shut down and so many people lost their fucking job.
Yeah.
And you were just talking about Dolly Parton. I was like, yeah, man, there are definitely some really cool humans who are in a position to like really help.
That use like, their identity as like an actual good purpose and not even for just like, oh, look how good I am. It's just like, no, this is like probably what I should do. Like,
yeah.
This is what they believe in and like this is what I should do with it.
Yeah. Are you a money driven kind of person?
Not really. Like, I like to have enough. I think when I was younger, for sure.
Yeah.
Like when I first started barbering, that's all I wanted to do. It was like
just make money.
And I was working anywhere from 12 to 14 to sometimes 16 hours days. But like
How long have you been a barber?
9 years.
Okay.
I've been doing it for 9 years. So at one point I just got to it was during the pandemic when I just had nothing but time. I was like, man, is money really worth my time? So then I just cut down to 6 hours a day, and it's like this is great.
Like you just completely own your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a lot of money being a barber.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like how much work you want to put into the day. Like,
I mean, if you just want to just grind all day.
yeah.
How long does it take to cut someone's
Anyway,
hair?
depends. Usually 30 to 45 minutes. Like
On average there?
yeah.
Okay, so then what, you can get like 10 people in a day? Is that pretty reasonable?
Yeah.
How long would it take to get 10 people in a day? Is that like a 10-hour day, you think?
No, I mean, like I could probably knock that out in like 6 or 7 hours.
So you could do
just
10
like,
people in 6 and 7 hours. So
yeah,
that's
just
like
hustling.
is that like an average day for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like, yeah, usually right now I'm seeing about 7 to 8, and it's like perfect.
Mm.
Because then I get like, I mean, I love cutting hair, but I just like the conversation of it more. Like,
Yeah, like what's that like working a fucking barbershop, dude? And from what I understand, I've never been in there, but from what I understand, like you guys have like the best barbershop in town.
It's so much fun. It's like, I always explain it's like, the Foot Clan hideout in Ninja Turtles. It's like that.
Really?
And like everyone is just cool and accepting of each other.
Well, if you're working there, it makes you say something. Like, I mean, that kind of gives me an idea on the type of people that are there.
Oh yeah, everyone is just like like-minded weirdos, but so individualistic in their own.
Really?
Like, yeah, everyone's got this like we have like our job is like our main focus, but everyone has like this side thing that they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like really cool. It's like one guy's got like working on a brewery where he grew up in Arkansas.
Oh, cool.
And then we have another guy that does he's an amazing hip hop artist and starting like a podcast like introducing the black community into craft beer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which like there's not too many things like that.
Dude, I used to love craft beer.
Same.
Man, at one point I thought I was going to brew, and it's actually been a little over a year since I've actually drank. But I love fucking beer. I really appreciate beer.
Same.
Do you brew, or you just thought you were going to?
No, I thought because I bartended for a while too. Like when I was in barbering school, and then also just afterwards because it was fun. So it was like I always was handed all like the best beers all the time too.
Yes.
And it's a slippery slope because it was never like, oh, I want to get hammered on these. It was like, how many different flavors can I try? Like, what did this brewery do? And it's like,
yes, it gets deep, man. It gets really deep.
Yeah.
It's not just Budweiser and
yeah.
all these domestic beers. There's so much to it. The flavors get so deep. I'm not much of a hop guy. I found. Do you want this anymore?
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm not much of a hop guy. I can appreciate some hops, but I found I'm just much more into like malts and barleys and shit.
Oh, see, I really love that. I've always loved really bitter things.
Do you? So you're really into IPAs then?
Yeah,
right?
like those like New England style, real hazy, like juicy tasting ones.
Yeah. So you like bitters?
Oh yeah.
Just in general.
Oh yeah.
Man, what's your favorite beer? Do you have one?
I would have to think about that. Like brewery, I could definitely say it'd be Three Floyds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are they?
They're in Munster, Indiana, like right outside Chicago.
Okay.
And they just brew the craziest beers.
Like what kind?
A little bit of everything, and they'll
Really?
collaborate. They'll just do
What are
whatever. You got to see their aesthetic too.
What are they called?
Three Floyds.
Three.
Like they have this awesome pale ale zombie dust, and it's like all their like one of their beers was called Space Station Middle Finger.
You like sour beers?
Yeah.
I like sours too.
Those are great because then like, you have to like sip on it. Like you can't just pound it.
Yeah, Three Floyds Brewing Company.
I don't drink too much beer anymore, man. Like once I started realizing how much like empty calories are in it, like it really was like an awakening thing.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like I said, I haven't had a drink in probably a year and a half, and for me, I just do a lot of cannabis. I tell people like I do a lot of drugs, just not that one.
Yeah.
For the most part. But I really appreciate it, man. And I've kind of been debating on whether or not I was maybe gonna do maybe have a drink more ritualistically, like on the podcast. I do really enjoy bourbon.
Oh yeah.
Yes, like a good bourbon. I really appreciate just the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been more of a liquor guy too. Like,
Are you?
Yeah, I love going down those rabbit holes with that. So
Dude.
this is how during the middle of that pandemic, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just quit drinking. I did 9 months like not drinking at all.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, just to show myself, I didn't have a problem or anything, but it was just like, just to show myself I could do it. But when I went back and had like my first couple of drinks, my appreciation for that drug was way different. It wasn't like I have to do this to go socialize. I have to do. It was like, oh, I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 drinks, and it wasn't like, it's like that would be it.
Yeah, and it's like it's because you want to, not because you feel maybe this obligation because you're out doing something.
Yeah.
Or just using that as an excuse.
Yeah, or like running for some problem or anything. So it was like a
Right.
whole different thing, and it became more of like a treat because it wasn't like, oh, just bartending is like, oh, every single night we're gonna have drinks. And it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
that eats away your mind.
And you know that you can go and like go out and have fun and do all that and like not drink.
Yeah, and just smoking weed and doing having conversations, like getting
Exactly.
to know people. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Because honestly, man, in general, I mean, I always feel just fine the next day after smoking, but it doesn't matter if I have like one drink. I can usually even feel that the next morning, like in my joints or something. I usually be a little bit stiffer.
Yeah.
I retain water and I'll blow it out. So for me, I'm just like, man, it doesn't matter. Like I always feel that the next day. So that's kind of like a deterrent for me. But so I'm hoping that if I have just like, some really good bourbon or something, just a glass or two, like that shouldn't really do too much to me, I don't think.
No, it'll just make you appreciate it more,
Yeah,
It's
man,
like,
the flavor profiles are amazing. I have some friends, they drove down, I think they try to do it once or twice a year at least. They'll drive down to Louisville and they'll hit several different just liquor stores and just shopping for the shit because apparently that's a good place to go.
oh yeah, right there, like right in Kentucky. That's like where all the good bourbon is. Too.
Yeah. I wish I knew more about it. I'm gonna have a guy on the podcast. He has a show, him and a couple other guys, and it's like the MMA and I think it's called the MMA and Bourbon Appreciation.
Oh, Craig and Jeremy.
Yeah, you know Craig and Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Craig and Jeremy Johnson, and then Jimmy Wright also does it with them.
Yeah, Jimmy does it too.
Yeah. Oh, and fuck. I forget you know all those fuckers because you are also in the fighting space as well.
Yeah. So here's a funny story.
Holy cow.
Jeremy was the one that helped me get started.
Really?
In Muay Thai. Yeah.
That's cool. How did you meet Jeremy?
He was a client of my coworker Nux, and we just got along so well. And I was like, yo, I really want to do this. And I was like, where should I go? So he gave me some list of spots, and I ended up at Watson, and it was like, meeting all those guys, and I immediately took to it. I was like, oh, there's like a lot of like-minded weirdos.
Yeah.
That just want to be disciplined.
Yeah, Kyle's just a really good dude. He has a really good gym.
Yeah, it's nuts. It was like you meet him once and he remembers you forever. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've never met anybody like that sees that many people a day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man. Every time I go in there, he's just always very friendly.
Super friendly.
Super nice.
Yeah, everyone at that gym was super cool.
Yeah, dude.
Super cool people.
How'd you link up with Jamie?
We grew up together.
Okay, so you've just known Jamie forever.
Yeah, we grew up together in the music scene.
Oh.
Like we had bands that played together and like going to shows and stuff. And Jamie's always been like such a nice wild kid, but he was super skinny and even crazier when he was younger.
So I remember Jamie whenever, like, before he kind of grew out his hair and had as many tattoos as he does.
Yeah, the super clean cut, high and tight.
Jamie, and that's just because I think at that time he was training at Kirk Huff's gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of remember like seeing. I don't think we really knew each other, but I just knew he trained at Kirk Huff's gym, and I just remember seeing his shit on social and whatnot. And to see where he's at now,
it's
fucking
it's
crazy,
dude.
bro.
It's so much fun working with him too. And it was like, because when he started getting in fighting, he's like, "Yo, you should do this." He'd hit me up every like once in a while. Like we've always been friends, but like we weren't, just living different lives right there. We weren't as close as we are now.
Yeah. So did you just start training just to do it, or did you had intentions to fight as soon as you started training?
As soon as I started training, I just wanted to start doing it, and then it was like it wasn't until like the first time I sparred, and then like got dinged in the head, and I was like, it's like, well, first off, I'm not made of glass.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Like I feel like it was like I'm really excited.
It's like you're a lot tougher than you thought.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's go, and it's like, let's do this. We're like fighting. This is awesome.
So how long were you training at that point?
When I first sparred.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was probably training for like 3 months, and I just jumped into it. Like it was like right out of entrance or right out of like the beginning class where they teach you the basics.
Yeah. So you're at Kyle's 3 months in,
Yeah, and
and
I
then
was
you
like,
spar, and
yeah,
you're like, all right, I want to fight.
yeah, like this is awesome. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, and at that time, I was like, I couldn't devote as much time as I can now to fight.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then once the pandemic happened, I was like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So that's when I linked up with Jamie because, at Watson's, they were handling everything like perfectly, but it was like you could only have 45 minutes to train.
Yeah.
And it was like falling on hours that I had to be at work and stuff. So it was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't like.
It just didn't really fit your lifestyle.
Yeah, and they weren't sparring. So I hit
Yeah.
Jamie up and I'm like, what's up? Do you want to train? He's like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it was like day one. It's like every day since then. Like
Really?
yeah, it's like 5 to 6 times a week. Like every day we just do it.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Was he training anybody else at that time?
Yeah, it was just not to fight at the time.
Right.
So it's like me, James, like came in, and then we both were like, yeah, we want to fight.
You guys are like the founding members of the fight team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like because he had he was training people that wanted to lose weight that we knew and stuff. So it's like, and that was really cool too, because then we had like these old friends that were like, they're in recovery and like trying to find something new after like a life of like hard drugs and stuff. It's like, yeah, come work out with us. So it's like they got addicted to that and then like changed their life for the better. And
well, yeah, and you have a community now.
Yeah,
That's the most important part.
Absolutely, of just weirdos, and it's just like, and then sure enough, some people are like, yeah, I actually want to fight, and that's where Patrick just showed up.
Yeah.
So Pat's first kickboxing fight against Boyer, he'd only been training kickboxing for like 2 months before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. Just trial by fire. Jump right in.
That's what. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Why not? It's just amateur fighting.
It is.
There's nothing to be scared of.
No.
Really. I mean, sure. I mean, obviously, it's still a fight. I'm not saying it's not serious, but
you're not gonna die. Like
yeah,
you're not gonna die. Like
it's gonna be fine.
It's
just
so
go
much
in
fun.
there. Like you're a lot tougher than you think you are. Just go lay it out there. Everyone loves you afterwards, regardless.
And that bond you make with that other person, that like the first time you're meeting is like in like a physical altercation, is like such a like it's a deeper bond than sex. I feel like
Dude, I mean, not many people know what it's like to go in there and just give everything that you have, and also receive everything that somebody else has.
Absolutely.
Right? And just there's a special bond in mutual combat, and true mutual combat, where like everything's cool. And I just shared this video. There was up at Mount Vernon, Illinois, Pedigo submission fighting.
Yeah.
A couple guys. It was Wes and Jesse as their names. They're having some issues. So after practice, they fought, and some people were like, "What the fuck are you doing, letting these guys fight?" But it's like, listen, what do you mean? These are two grown men. They fought. They shook hands afterwards. Everything's good. They're right back to like everything's squashed.
Yeah.
It's over. They move forward. It's like, man, for as long as people have been alive, people have been fighting.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. And when you go in there and like it's structured, right? Especially in the context of doing like kickboxing or Muay Thai or some sort of sport.
Yeah.
Man, it's structured. You're gonna be fine. You got gloves and shit. We take precautions.
Yeah.
Man, just test yourself.
Just see what it's like. You're gonna get some bruises, maybe like a little blood. Like that's not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna die.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to go fight, in the backyard like those guys. Like those guys did it in the gym.
Yeah.
They're just like, listen, let's do it. Yeah, it was fucking wild. Did you see it? Have you seen that video floating around or anything?
No,
dude. These fucking guys.
I gotta see that. Well, I feel like too. It's like to them, there's like just certain conversations that couldn't be put into words. So it's like, let's just use our fucking.
Yeah, I think they agreed on what are the parameters in which we're gonna fight here. They basically just kind of did like a Valley Tudo type deal. You know what I'm saying? Bare knuckle type shit. And then it's just squash, man. It's like, man, we need more of that. People are soft these days, bro.
They are. I remember. So I went to Windsor Middle School, and our gym coach, if two kids got into a fight in his class, instead of sending them to the principals, he'd send them home with a permission slip and put headgear and gloves on, and the next day they'd just box it out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was like 10 out of 10 times the kids were like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like the time, and then like right when I was in 8th grade, they took it away from him and he retired. It was like, dude, and everyone respected him. It was like,
yeah, man, there was a time. Now, fucking, if kids fight, they want to press charges on kids.
But yeah, I know.
Like, what in the world?
Oh my God. Can you imagine me like 12 and be like, oh yeah, we're pressing charges against your 12-year-old? Like, dude.
Listen, boys are just rowdy.
Oh yeah.
There's not all, but in general, most. I mean, there's something to just being aggressive and just fucking horse playing, and you know what I'm saying,
Oh
wrestling around and just being aggressive. And there's actually like testosterone, especially because like, all right, so you're going through puberty, right? Hormones are fucking raging, testosterone's going through the fucking roof. When you have high testosterone, like doing work, like competing, like that actually feels good. It's like a reward system.
yeah.
So being physical and being like dominant, like there's something primal there, and that's just what fucking dudes do. They want to, whether it's like showing off, like driving a cool ass car when you're 16, or going and fucking joining the football team, or
Yeah.
you're lifting weights, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dudes find a way to kind of like feel cool.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And a part of that is just being aggressive.
It is 100%. Like, I was just saying this the other day. I think there's like nothing more terrifying to me than seeing like a group of like 18-year-old dudes. I'm like, fuck that group. I want to walk away from it.
Dude,
Like,
yeah, and in all honesty, man, the most dangerous group of people walking around are boys between roughly like 16 and 24.
I would 100% agree.
Yeah,
Like,
25.
yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
No, dude.
No.
No, and the scary thing is where we are in society today is when you're 18, you're considered an adult. Meanwhile, your brain is really not even fully developed yet. Like
No.
you're still very much a kid
No,
trying to
yeah.
figure shit out. And but you're told, all right, you're an adult now. You can go do all this shit, and it's like, fuck, man, it's a scary world with a bunch of maniacs running around.
Oh yeah, and at the
Yeah.
same time, you have to pick your career right now and do it the rest of your life.
Right,
And it's
yeah.
like that's the craziest thing to tell an 18.
You're told you're gonna be a loser otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like a failure to society. Like,
That's the worst thing.
it's so dumb.
Yeah, man. Especially because now it's just a feeder system, right? They just try to push everybody into like in the colleges. At least growing up, that's what they used to do.
Same. Yeah.
And I don't know if they're doing it so much today. I mean, I think kids have a lot of examples of how you can make it without college. Of course, they're still pushing it though. Like they want kids to go to college because you're supposed to go to college and get your degree and then go and get a 9 to 5 and then live that life.
Oh yeah, and then pay off like this enormous debt that you took because you had to do this.
Yeah, and now you have all this debt that you can't even. It doesn't go away with bankruptcy. It's the only debt that doesn't.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
There was a time you could. I'm pretty sure it was taken advantage of quite a bit by the baby boomer generation.
Hey,
And
so
then it was like, nope, no more.
good for that. I mean, I feel like at least our generation, like there has to be some kind of change eventually. Like,
I would hope there's some sort of massive relief. I mean, the government owns all the debt,
yeah,
and it's really just it's arbitrary.
it's not
really.
Yeah, like a little piece of like cloth is like what we.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, we can't take this knowledge away from you that you gained while you're there, so we're just not going to let you ever like be free of this debt unless you pay it.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, they'll allow people to get you can go get a degree in any sort of kind of bullshit thing that isn't necessarily going to make you any money. Or even if you thought it was going to make you money, you just found out the harsh truth is like, hey, the real world just doesn't give a fuck that you have a degree. Like, you still need experience.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like you're strapped down with 50, 75, 100, who knows how much, thousands of dollars worth of debt, and then now you have a job that's maybe making you like $30,000 or $40,000 a year if you're lucky.
Oh yeah, and you have to pay 800 of that a month to like this insane debt.
It's
Like,
crazy, man.
It's nuts. Like,
Yeah, and the interest on that shit is insane.
Oh, it's nuts.
Insane. You're paying so much in interest. You're just turning your wheels for the first, I don't know, like 5 years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, just slowly getting that down. It's like, oh cool. Here's the original amount that I'm supposed to pay here. After
Yeah.
I just paid 17,000 of it off real quick.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. It's crazy, but yeah, I would hope that something's gonna come around where
I would think so because I can kind of start to see this like shift in the mentality of it too, where it's like I do know like a lot of people, me included, that were like, why am I gonna slave away like my 20s and 30s and my youth trying to pay this stupid debt off just to like not be able to move and
yeah,
be isolated when I'm old and like retired. It's like,
yeah,
why don't I just have fun now when I can move and have a good time and worry about that shit down the road. Like, it's not going anywhere.
It's
Like,
not going anywhere.
no.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It. I think about like if I only had my undergrad debt, I was pretty fortunate because I had. I don't know, fortunate enough. I guess just however you look at it. But I had my son whenever I was 20 years old. So
Okay.
the last 2 years of school, I still, I was like working full time and I had him. So I actually got quite a bit of like federal aid because, dude, whenever you're a kid, it's all based off your parents. So you can't even really get a ton of federal aid usually as a kid because if your parents do, if you even have two parents in the household, they don't have to make a lot of money for you to not qualify for a lot of federal
Oh
aid.
yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
it's crazy, right? Which kind of pushes you into that student loan debt. But because I had my son, I was able to like qualify for some shit. So I didn't have a ton of I think I graduated with like $20,000. Wasn't nothing. It wasn't like crazy, but still, like that's a good chunk of money that I have to pay. Like I was paying it down, and then I went and I got my master's degree because I was working in a call center and I was there for little over 3 years, and I'm like, man, I'm going nowhere, and then you don't want to like go jump to another job
No, no, no.
and then go right back to like the bottom of somewhere else. It's like, man, all right, let me just stick this out. So I did that whole thing. It's like, all right, let me go get my master's degree. I get my master's degree, and then like, all right, it actually was kind of paying off. It got me a better job in the company I was in, but then they hit me with the random drug test, bro.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes,
Oh.
dude. For no real reason, not because I was the only person who did the job. I actually worked up to be like a project manager and I was doing a lot of cool shit within like the marketing space. And they I'm suspicious that it was because I just asked for a raise and they gave it to me. And they're just like,
Oh my
let
God.
me recertify this motherfucker. But they hit me with the random test either way. And I failed that shit. And I was like, man, it was in that moment after like having kind of went through this whole fucking rat race and like playing the game and then just like losing the job because it was I mean, I take responsibility. I knew I was like playing the odds. I'm like, what are the odds? Like I'll play the odds.
I would do the same thing.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like what?
It just is what it is. So once that happened, it completely shifted the my whole paradigm, like how I view like working for people and different. I'm like, man, I can't do that shit anymore. Like after that, I got a couple contract gigs. Like they were like each like 6 months off, so I worked for like 6 months and I was off for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then like after I did the second contract, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna only do my own thing, and like that's just kind of what I've been doing since. And but it's it just completely shifted my paradigm of how like there's a lot of ways to make it in the world.
Oh yeah.
It's not just this one fucking path. Like I tried that shit and I found out that's not what it's all cracked up to be.
No, no, yeah. It's like we tried the way that we were told to do things, and it's just like that wasn't for us. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I always like to tell people, it's like, man, I live my life like a jazz solo. Like I'm gonna make anything work. You know, it's like
Okay.
yeah. It's like I'm gonna hustle and barber here and like train people on the side over here. You know, pick up a shift at a bar somewhere just because my buddy needs help or something. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just like extra money coming this way.
So you went to like the college route too, and you went and got an undergrad.
Yeah, yeah. I dropped out. I
You dropped out.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah, I realized it was like, well, because I had it was like the A+ scholarship, so I had 2 years free to Merrimack.
Oh, okay.
So I was going there, and I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, you know, I just moved out of my parents' house. Like, I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I just only hung out in the art department anyways, and that was sick. But then it was like going to the classes and having to like take another class of shit that I already knew. It was like, this is wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just like getting like there was one project we had to do. It was like a Photoshop thing, and you had to create a portrait in an unconventional way. So this is like when people were doing those like portraits where they take little pictures and make like the portrait of somebody. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
like a collage.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, you know, it'd be really ridiculous. It's just only using my fingers on a mouse pad. So you'd have to hold it and then just draw. So it took a long time to do a portrait of that on there.
Yeah.
And the teacher failed me, and I remember like looking at my buddy, and like I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. And
Was it because it was just your finger?
yeah. She's like, she thought I like stole it off the internet because it was on one layer. And it's like I was like, why would I put this on multiple layers? Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, and failed me on it.
What?
And I remember like I already had my mind. I was like, I don't think I want to be here. And then I looked at my buddy. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna come back tomorrow. He's like, nah, you'll be back. And then that morning, I lived with these two very eccentric, wild girls, and we were sitting at the breakfast table, and the one just looks at us like, "You guys want to drop out of school today?" And it was like a sign. I was like, "Yeah, let's drop it." And it's
Oh
like,
shit.
yeah,
Nice. So this is within the first. So you were doing the A plus program.
yeah,
So you didn't have to pay for that shit anyway.
yeah. It didn't matter.
It was
Like,
already covered.
yeah,
You did it right, dude.
yeah.
You're like, all right, let me do this thing for free. Try it out.
See if I want to pursue this,
Right.
and then backed out on it. Like,
That was a good move.
yeah, it was. There was like I was taking some fun classes, like art and education stuff, and
Hmm.
the,
There's some cool shit to take.
yeah,
It just the problem is oftentimes kids don't know what they want to do, right? And they'll try to figure it out while they're there. But man, that's an expensive ass way to figure shit out.
it is.
You know what I mean? So it probably would better serve you to know what you want to do going into that situation.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So more kids should take off. You know what I mean? Like get a job or do it. Try to start a business or go into a trade. I don't know why they don't push trades more.
no, I mean now I think people are because of how much money. It's like,
Dude, there's so much money in the trades.
dude, like plumbers make like 110 a year now. Like it's what?
I don't know anybody in the trades who isn't also working on the side.
Oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like they usually have a pretty good job that gives them benefits and all this good stuff, and then they're usually doing another job on the side, which is putting them well into the six-figure range.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's like I guess whatever company they work is gonna work for is gonna take a massive cut of that. But it's like,
Right, and they usually just do it because maybe they're in a union, right? So now
Yeah.
they're getting benefits. Then you get that regular paycheck, and you have your pension and all that stuff. But then you get this extra money on the side, and it's like, oh my gosh, these guys, whether it's a carpenter or mud and taper or fuck man, plumber, like you said, these guys make money.
dude, and they hustle, man.
Mhm.
They hustle.
Yeah, or barbers, dude.
Yeah.
I was just thinking this the other day. I don't know why they don't start offering more barber programs at like actual universities, especially now that so many NCAA kids can get paid.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these kids can get sponsorships and
Yeah.
shit now, and that kind of changes the entire dynamic, right? So these kids, why do they need to fucking necessarily go and take a 4-year degree to play college football? Like, why can't they come up there and play college football and like maybe get a barber license as well?
Oh
while they're
yeah, like
there?
something they would actually want to do, and like
Yeah, something that they want to do, or something that they can create a business with, or something that isn't going to take 4 years while they're just up there trying to play football.
yeah,
Anyway.
we're,
You know what I'm
they're not
saying?
like
Because at the end of the day, the statistic is still going to be the same. Not as many of those kids are going to go to like the next level.
no, and it's like a lot of them know that like this is their last chance. So it's like why would they not want to focus just on football? Like,
Right. And then also you can at least get this other skill and
Yeah.
and something to fall back on.
Yeah.
That isn't going to eat up all of your time
No, because it's like
and is valuable.
that's the best thing with barbering. It's like you can teach anybody.
And you can do and it actually wouldn't detract from what you're doing.
No, because I mean, it's stimulating. Like you're creating something out of nothing, you know.
Dude, you could probably create a business in the locker room.
I bet you can't. There's got to be somebody out there just be like, "What's up? Let me get in there. I'll fetch you up
Dude,
$20. That's in there."
the whole team.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
Dude.
It's like I've had like side gigs like that
You could just
too.
go to college and just create a business on the campus.
Oh yeah,
Just-
just dude. If I just showed up there, like I don't think anybody would question it.
No, yeah. You
Like-
could just show up and just start just giving haircuts in the dorms.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Like oh yeah, just 20.
That'd be
like, hey,
creative as hell.
20 bucks. Yeah, to sit out like
There's
in
just
a
so
quad.
many ways to make it happen.
Oh yeah, you can literally do whatever you want. Like I think people are afraid to take that step.
Yeah.
Like think of these ideas and be like, oh, that would just never work. It's like go try it. Like what's the worst? You just stood in the middle of like a field, like waiting to make some money. Walked
Yeah.
out with $40 maybe. Like,
So what'd you do after you quit school?
I poured concrete for a little bit, and I worked at a skateboard shop.
Oh, cool.
So I worked at that since I was like 17.
Okay.
And bartended, and then I played baseball for my barber growing up, and my uncle and his partner owned a salon. So there's always something I was like curious about and wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this roommate at the time that his girlfriend started at Paul Mitchell, and she's like, "You should go check this out." And I was like, "All right, I'll go check it out." So checked out. I was like, I want to do this. I want to be a barber. At first, I wanted to do men and women's hair, so I was going the stylist route.
Mm.
And then, like real early on in the program, like I just only want to do men's cuts. So they kind of like changed how they taught me how to do things to just start to do men's cuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you specialize only in men's cuts?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Just old barbering stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just bouncing around. You're like, man, let me just find something.
I need to find something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and then you're like, being a barber is where it's at.
yeah. I was like, what can I do that can be creative and also like not, I can just be myself. Like,
Yes.
I didn't want to ever have a job where I have to like meet my personality or like.
Yeah. No, I've done that. It's miserable. Dude.
It's terrible.
It's soul sucking.
Yeah.
It eats away at you. I can remember walking, and when I used to work in the call center, I can remember just physically not feeling okay when I'm walking in that place.
That like sense of dread.
Oh my god, the dread is so real.
Dude.
The mental anxiety and anguish that you're going through is I can't even it's just it's all consuming. Man, like I would have like nightmares sometimes.
Dude, I bet. I
Oh my
bet.
goodness. Have you ever worked in a call center before?
No.
So you have this headset on, and at least in this call center, you hear like this little beep, like a little beep, and then the call comes in, and then you have to like just go right into your fucking spiel. And man, I swear to God, just sometimes just the idea of that little beep coming into my ear, I'm just like, I can't just even think about it. I'm just like, oh my fucking God, I'm gonna like have PTSD.
I was going to say you have PTSD just like waiting around for it, or it's like, do you ever have hearing that beep so much? Does it just randomly like almost like a ghost sound in your head?
No,
Just
not
like,
anymore. I'm pretty far removed from
Okay,
it, but
okay.
I can remember very well the way I felt
yeah.
just waiting for that thing, and then I just have to go like right into this whole spiel.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, like you have to turn yourself into something completely else.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, like, it working in that environment is just it's not natural. You know, there's all this fluorescent lighting, and there's just all these fucking people around, and we're all just sitting here staring at a computer, and we're just like not really moving, and we're just calling people that don't really even want to be called, and it's just like, man, this can't be life.
No, like
This can't be it.
slowly
There's-
turning into a potato.
Yeah, there's way more than this.
Did you ever see that art installation? I think it was a British artist that did this sculpture of like potentially what humans could evolve if we just like only worked in call centers.
No.
And it's this pale, grotesque, like
Really?
hunched over, like I can't remember how you'd look this up, but it was like
I mean, what
it's
happens is
so unnerving looking. Like it looks like nightmares. Like the eyes are sunken in. Like everything's yellow.
what was it on? Where'd you see it at?
Oh, it was on Reddit. I wonder if I can find it.
Oh,
somewhere.
Reddit. And it was only if you worked in a call center.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just a call center, but let's see. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. I think I found it.
You found it? Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, here it is. Look at this shit.
Oh fuck. Oh man. Yeah, there's like some wicked ass forward head going on there because obviously you're just sitting here like looking like this.
Yeah. Your neck's completely strung over.
Oh,
like-
that's so bad. Well, forward head is real. I wonder if I can hold that there. I should probably I'll just drop that picture in.
Dude, it's so creepy.
Fuck, dude, that's wild. Yeah, she's super pale. Forward head. Does not look healthy at all. Hunchback,
Oh yeah,
for sure.
that's like diet by vending machine.
Here's how 20 years of office work will disfigure the human body. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not moving, if you're not standing up, you're seeing a lot of offices do standing desk and different things. But yeah, that is just not a natural way of living. I just need flexibility. I need to move. I need to be able to go.
Same.
Yeah, I can't. And also, and I quickly realized like most of the people I was working around like aren't like me because at that time like I was fighting, so I'm just waiting to get off work so I can go to the gym and like
Yeah.
do what I really want to be doing, right? And like none of these people fight and do jujitsu, none of that shit. So to your point, like I just want to be who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wasn't able to really authentically be myself when I'm at work. It was just soul numbing, really.
Yeah. It just dulls you out. And it's like, I feel
Yeah.
like that's when like people's like imaginations and like aspirations for fun start dying. It's just like, oh, I have to be grown up and do this because I have this super serious job. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
dude, realistically, it's like you can be an adult and still be a kid forever. Like,
Yeah, man, it's just the stories we tell ourselves, right?
yeah,
Yeah. It's always interesting when people will fight for their limitations.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Like people want to be caged.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be caged. I think
Yeah.
about that with like talking to like a lot of like med students and stuff. And it's like, I think what they're doing is very good. And it takes like a very special person to be like, I'm going to devote my life to like just helping people like that. But it's like you spend all your 20s like grinding, working fucking sometimes like 19 to 24 hours,
It's crazy.
and then just accumulating this debt just to graduate and keep doing it. So it's like you're making all this money. You wasted your entire youth, like not having the fun that you're supposed to have, like not letting it all out.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle whenever you go into like the healthcare system
Oh, it's nuts, man.
because to your point, they just racked up all this debt. They've worked all of these hours. Now they got to start making money so they can pay off this debt and then hopefully make some money.
Oh yeah. And it's like they're expected to have like a family like right as their career starts, and it's
Hmm.
like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they've already put in all this time, so by the time they're at that point, right, where they're practicing, yeah, they're usually probably looking to do that usually. And then the sad thing is they're the model in which they were educated in is is a pharmaceutical model. So it's just really perpetuating just big pharma.
yeah,
They're not really actually a lot of them go in with good intentions, but then what they end up doing is just treating symptoms
yeah.
and just trying to get through patients. And because like I said, they're racked down with debt. They need to see patients. They need to make money. They're so fucking busy. It's like, man, that's just that's a fucking losing battle oftentimes.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I can only fucking imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that. The healthcare system is definitely broken. I mean, you can see it right by the amount of people who are just sick and obese in America.
Oh yeah, we're just like in mental health too, where it's like
Oh my gosh.
you have like you'll get prescribed one drug that will help one issue, but then three others to counteract the other drug that you're
Yeah.
taking. And it's
There's
like
no yeah.
I feel bad for psychiatrists sometimes because it's like nobody knows that much about the brain, so it's like I feel like they have to prescribe as a guessing game.
Yeah, and why aren't there other conversations happening first? Like why aren't other things being done first before just prescribing medication either?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like are you getting rest? Like
What's your diet like?
what's your diet like? Are you moving?
Yeah,
What are you drinking water?
yeah. What's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
what's your housing situation like?
Yeah. What's your housing situation? Your community look like? Do you
Yeah.
have a community? You know what I mean? Like fuck. Like there's a lot of different things that you can address before you just start throwing medicine on it.
Absolutely. That's why it's like I don't know. I think it should be set up where to even get to see a psychiatrist, you should have to be talk to a therapist that like they're trained in like to see those patterns and stuff.
Hmm.
Like, okay, maybe you do need help with something like this and see
Yeah.
if this works.
Yeah. So much is just based in trauma, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you address all that trauma?
Yeah.
Psychedelics.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my God.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, we're coming to some exciting times. Do you follow like what's going on with maps and different things?
No, what's going on?
Do you know what MAPS is?
No, no, no.
So it's this organization out in I think San Francisco is where they're based. It was founded by Rick Doblin. He's been doing work with psychedelics since like like the 80s or some shit like that. But they're really just leading the front on like the legalization of like psychedelics and like having the use of them for in the field of like treating trauma and like having like psycho assisted therapy. I think
Oh
they're
yeah.
really pushing right now. I think they're working really heavy with like MDMA
Okay.
and I think maybe psilocybin as well. I'd have to double check on that. Let's check on maps. But dude, they're basically just kind of leading the front on the psychedelic push, man, and using it in like in the healthcare space where like we're treating trauma.
They should, you know. It's like, can you imagine if like you went like say you had like PTSD and something, and you needed like something for anxiety, but you went to this facility and maybe you're on like 5 or 6 medications. You go to this facility what like maybe twice a month, trip out a little bit. It's like I bet your medications go down to one or none at all. Like you know.
Yeah, well, some people, man, they're seeing results in as little as just one
Just one. Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
I've seen that with there's that guy in California doing that with ketamine.
Oh yeah, ketamine. That's a whole different experience, from my understanding.
Yeah, I've never done it.
Yeah.
It's like
Now, aren't they using ketamine? Well, maybe I'm thinking about ibogaine. I would like to try ketamine. I've never done ketamine.
no, neither have I.
No.
Yeah, I want to try it.
Yeah, I want to try that one as well. But they're having success with ketamine with helping with like PTSD and depression and different things.
Yeah,
Oh wow, I
yeah,
did not
yeah.
know that.
Like at like a rapid pace too.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
See, it's just the ability to detach from a situation and 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 kind of like assess is so valuable.
Oh yeah.
And that's what a lot of these things do. Like they help you do that. They help you just detach and look at it.
Absolutely. Like it. Like I remember the first time taking LSD and like as soon as it hit, I remember being like, "Holy shit!" Like the world is so much more than just me. You know,
Hmm.
like not even just people, but just everything around. Like you could
Yes.
really feel like uh the energy of like especially outside. Like if you like you know, teach their own how they take their psychedelics, but I have to be outside.
Okay.
I have to be outside. I want to feel everything. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
Dude, it feels great.
it feels good just like staring at a tree and just seeing like, it's like, man, think about like, it's like how much that tree has seen.
Everything's radiating.
It is, man. You can really see that.
Hmm.
And if it snows, forget about it, man.
No, you like to be out there in the snow?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I don't like the cold.
See, I feel like
I love the heat.
every time I've like done like a pretty decent amount of LSD, it's either been like the dead of winter or the hottest day in summer.
Hmm.
And it's like, and both are great. It's like,
Really?
it's almost you forget the temperature is even happening.
Yeah, yeah. It can definitely kind of have some impact on like your sense of temperature feel.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'll just like bask in the sun and it just feels so good.
It's like a warm blanket. Like,
Yes.
yeah. It's
Dude.
like
And it doesn't matter how hot it is, it just feels so good.
no, yeah, 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 dude. It's like a little hug from the universe. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, man, I just get so cold so easily. I don't like the cold.
same,
I'm such a
man.
pussy.
Same. I'm like,
I'm just over here thinking about tripping out in the snow, but the snow would be so gorgeous, and you get that fucking sparkle,
dude,
bro.
and that deafening silence too.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
that is cool.
it's so neat.
Just gotta bundle up, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Just
yeah.
gotta bundle up. Quit
Oh,
being a pussy, Adam.
dude, man, I've got a little house in Tower Grove, and it's like, yes, it was made in the 30s and stuff, so it gets pretty chilly in there in the winter. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'll wear fucking hoodies and stuff. And just
Yeah,
bundle
layer up.
And yeah, yeah, and I've got 2 huskies and a corgi, so it's like,
Oh really?
oh yeah, so they all cuddle on me.
Oh dude, I love huskies.
Dude, they're the best dogs,
Man,
man.
I grew up and my grandma had a husky whenever I was real young,
Oh,
and man, they're just so fucking awesome.
they once you get their trust, their
Mhm.
love, it's like they'll never do anything.
They're gorgeous. They're just so beautiful. I love how they look like wolves.
Yeah. So the dog that I had before I got my dogs now was a husky Timberwolf.
Mm,
He was about 110 pounds.
it's a big dog.
He was you know what's crazy when I got him from this husky rescue, found him on the internet. I was like, I want that wolf, and he was a shithead. He was such an asshole. He was just
Also,
wild and just
really?
like didn't care about anything. So I adopted him, and then like, you know, it's like I made sure he wanted to be with me first. I wasn't just like, you're my dog, we're gonna do this. Wanted to make that bond really quickly. So it's like spent a couple hours with him, just you know, getting to know each other, like playing a little bit and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that working there is like, listen, he's part wolf. He's like, you got to show that you're dominant than him, or he's just gonna walk through you.
Yeah.
Because like he would come up and put his mouth on my arm and just clamp it where I couldn't get it out, just to let him know it's like, hey, like I could break this if I wanted.
He's like,
to.
I'm in charge here, bitch.
Yeah, yeah. So the guy was like, he's like, don't judge me for this. He's like, you have to grab him and lay on top of him, and then you'll know when it's time to let go, and that's how you know you got his respect. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And it was like first day at the house, just terrorizing the house. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this guy's way. Maybe we can get back on this like good bond. And so grabbed him like from the back like this, and just slowly you could start feeling him relax, and he relaxed, and then eventually like he was 100% relaxed, and I let go, and he just sat up and like licked me, and then since that moment he was just like attached to my hip. He would wait in the window when I go to work, and then just like be all over when I come. It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
He was such a cool dog.
I would not have thought to have done that.
Yeah.
Or done it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to be like the alpha.
Yeah, you got to show him, and it's like I'm not abusing him. It's like I'm just applying pressure and be like, look, like you may think I'm a bitch, but I'll show you, man.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Yeah.
Shit, don't bite the hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like I know you can kill me, but it's like I gotta make you think that you can't kill me. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Really, we have a small dog, and it was my fiance's, so she's had it forever. And so her name is Bella. She's just this tiny little thing, and Deja's always just let her do whatever she wants.
Okay.
And as soon as I came around, though, I'm like, no. Like I started putting structure, and like I'm like, no, listen, I'm in charge. You can only do this, and like I just started putting parameters around. Like for example, Bella would always just like come into the kitchen whenever she wanted to. Just come into the kitchen. I'm like, no, you can't be in the kitchen when I'm in the kitchen. So Deja, she was convinced that Bella would never be able to like learn new tricks for whatever reason.
Oh,
It's
no,
like she was just gonna be set in her ways. I'm like, no. She's fully capable
Yeah.
of fucking learning.
They're
And
so smart.
they're so smart. And now she's so fucking trained in so many different ways. Like if I'm in here cooking, she'll stand like at the she'll be right there at the barrier, but she will not fucking cross over into
She's
that
like,
shit.
all right.
Yeah, she's just waiting because she's just so used to just like doing whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Just running around trying to like be up on you when you have food. It's all about the food.
Always
One
about-
track mind, baby.
Oh yeah. So
If there's food around, you don't matter.
no. My 3 dogs, they were all like they're all rescued, but they were all super super abused. So I had like a whole different approach to how to train them. It was like, so when just the first husky I got, the only person he saw beat him for like 2 years of his life.
Oh shit.
So he was deathly afraid of everything. So I did let him do his thing for the first year, just like
Yeah.
get your confidence back, just do your thing.
Yeah.
And then like by doing that, he started respecting me and loving me too. And it's like even with the 2 other ones when they came and like, just let them do their thing, get comfortable, be like, hey, this is your space as much as it's mine.
Right.
So like, but then once I got again their respect for stuff, they tore something up, it would never happen again. I just like have to look at them and be like, do you guys do this? Everyone's like cowering, and it's like nothing would be torn up again.
Yeah. It's just like setting the boundaries and just holding the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird like mutual bond with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach. I mean, I've never rescued dogs that were abused, so I don't know what all goes into doing that.
Yeah, it was like just like with the Mamba, the first husky, it was like a lot of like couldn't move too fast around him because he'd shake or anything, and also like a lot of like he loved his cage. That was his safe space. So I put a blanket over, and like he would go hide if somebody came in and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So slowly but surely he'd get more curious.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm never gonna have anybody, my friends that are gonna come over and like beat him or anything. So then you get curious, and then like start getting closer and closer, and then I got rid of the cage, and then but by also having like the corgi was the next dog I got, by having both of them together and him seeing that the corgi was getting attention and love and nobody was hurting him.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I think I can start to trust these
Right.
people. Yeah.
Man, dogs are so smart.
So smart.
So
man.
smart. So kind and loving.
So yeah, it's so crazy, man.
Yeah. I've always grown up having dogs
Same.
for most of my life. There's a period where I didn't. I probably right when I was entering into like my teenage years. I was like 13 or 14, somewhere around there, and like I was really getting into sports. And my little brother got a dog, and I ended up being the one that had to take care of it.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of soured me for a little bit. I'm like, I don't want to own. And it was kind of like a situation where I was like, I just don't want to be responsible for anything.
Yeah.
So there was a period where I didn't have a dog, but almost most of my life, I've always had dogs.
Same.
Oh
Like,
my! I remember I was a little kid. I had a Dalmatian one time.
no shit.
Yeah, it was the coolest fucking thing, man. I lived out in the sticks, so I grew up when I was real little, like in Potosi. Do you know where that's
Yeah,
at?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Way down south.
yeah, out in the sticks, man. Not a whole lot going on out there, and but there's you come across strays and shit. So whatever reason, man, yeah, I don't know how I came. I had it, but I did.
Dude,
It was a really fun dog, just so full of energy.
dude, those dogs have a lot of energy.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily, being out in the woods and stuff, there's plenty of room to run and
Oh yeah,
whatnot.
go
But
chase squirrels and stuff.
dude, yeah, dogs are so cool.
They're sick, dude. You know what? Dalmatians are like one of the number one dogs I always hear people talk about that uh they don't like because
Because they're mean.
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard
but
that.
I've never met a mean Dalmatian.
Mine was great.
Yeah, it's like I think well, dogs can like sense energy and like vibrations from people so much too.
Yes.
Like,
Energy's real, man.
oh yeah, like I've definitely had like some girls over at my house where it's like my dogs were not about, and it was like to me that was like immediately a red flag. It's like okay, we probably shouldn't hang out anymore. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, man, shit. You gotta take the signs where you see them.
yeah, it's like all right. And it's like I'm gonna dodge this one real quick. But you can't tell. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore because my dogs don't like you. But like, she'll never understand.
She'll never understand. Well, the fact that she doesn't understand says everything.
Yeah, yeah. Like if a girl's like, hey, I can't hang out with you because my dog doesn't like you. Like I respect that.
Yeah. Like, all right, well, fuck.
Man, I gotta-
Maybe we made the dog park.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give me a chance.
Yeah, yeah. Let me bribe the dog.
Oh
Just
shit.
keep bacon in my back pocket.
That's so fun. Yeah, that's the move, dude. Just keep food on you. That's all I care about. Fuck you. All I want. No. So MAPS means Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. Yeah, dude. So Rick Doblin's been doing this since like '86, and it's a non-for-profit, and they're doing like legitimate research. So it's like so it says an organization specializing in research and education that develops medical, legal, and cultural shifts benefiting the careful uses of psychedelics and marijuana for mental and spiritual healing. So, dude, they've been leading the front on this. Again, they're doing a big push with MDMA. I don't know where they're at right now, but I know they were on stage 3 trials with MDMA. So it's like, according to Rick Doblin, man, we're just within a handful of years of seeing a lot of these clinics pop up where you're
so
going to be
sick.
able to get psycho-assisted therapy.
That'd be so like.
Yeah, man. It's crazy shit, man.
I think it's just necessary for everybody to do once in a while for a good reset. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing about it is, if you go and have a real powerful experience, you're not going to want to do it for a while.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel about it too. It's like,
Yeah.
I think the last. I mean, like I'll microdose mushrooms pretty frequently, but
Hmm.
the last like big trip I had was it was kind of funny. Like my buddy signed me up for a half marathon
Oh, shit.
and only gave me like 5 weeks to train for it.
Oh, man.
But like with my friends, I'm super competitive. Like, and it's not even like I want to beat them. I just like the competitions. Like,
Yeah.
we're in this like little bond
It's
together.
fun.
Yeah. So I trained my ass off and like got as close as I could. I'm like, all right, well I'm gonna try this half marathon, and we get there and he hands me this little vial, and he's like, oh, it's just a B vitamin shot. Take it. And then like 10 minutes later, they're like, oh, we're gonna postpone the race by 40 minutes. And he goes, oh, that's not good. I was like, what do you mean that's not good? He's like, well, I was just gonna let you figure it out, but that was just LSD that you took. And I was like, oh,
Was it a lot of
shit.
LSD?
And it was like a hit and a half.
Oh, okay.
Nothing crazy, you know.
But still,
Enough to be
you
like,
weren't ready for it. You weren't anticipating that.
yeah, I know. So it's like that anxiety, like, and like doing something I've never done before, like run a race. And I was like, but like as soon, like I remember both of us were standing at the starting line, just kind of like zoning off, and then like the gun popped off, and it was like the best day ever. It's just like run, like I couldn't stop running. Like,
Was that the first time you've ever done any like physical thing like that?
yeah,
On psychedelics?
other than like riding bikes,
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
doing something that pushing past limits that I knew I had.
Have you sparred on any sort of psychedelic before?
Mushrooms, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. You like it?
I love it.
Yes.
It's awesome. It's like.
It's like you're in the Matrix.
It's like you're just living in water. You're just moving through punches. And
Dude,
just,
everything's fluid. Yeah, one of my favorite things is to go like roll jujitsu when I'm tripping, and
I bet that's so sick.
man, I just fucking you don't get tired, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. You just find this zen place and
Yeah.
you just go. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just feel very just fluid, like you said. I just feel very relaxed. I just I almost feel like I can. Yeah, I don't know. I can just seamlessly transition from position to position
Yeah.
at will, and it's just everything just works.
It's like a little secret to the universe, you know.
I love
It's
it.
like you give it a little pass, you know.
Yeah, dude,
Uh,
it's wild.
lifting weights on mushrooms, I've done that one too.
Okay.
That one's really cool.
Yeah.
Like 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 for every time I've done it, like it becomes less about like reps and
Mm.
weights, but more of like body movement.
Yeah.
You start feeling those like small little muscles.
Right.
And
You can
just like,
tap into those little things.
yes, and
Yes.
like you said, the energy's going forever. You're just like it's like
Mhm.
doesn't matter about the number. Let me just
Because it's so much of it's in your mind,
yeah.
right? I mean, of course, there's like physical limitations, but man, you could push through so much more than you realize, or
Yeah.
you just have far more capabilities than you think.
Yeah, because I mean, like, look at where the human race is now. It's like we're made to be resilient. Like,
Yeah, we're resilient as
yeah,
fuck.
but we're told, like we were talking about earlier, it's like we're told to like nerf it up and like be
The whole
safe and like
world's being
be
nerfed.
afraid of everything.
Yeah, be inside, be afraid.
Be afraid of everything. Yeah, your neighbor, your enemy. You know?
Hmm. That's so crazy. Yeah, it's like there's no guarantee in life.
No,
Never has been, never will be. There's risk involved. You can't make it nerfed.
no, you can't. You can't. You gotta accept that you're gonna fail at something. you
Yeah,
know? Like,
100%.
yeah,
Fucking pussies, dude.
dude, I know people will fail at something and give up and never do it again instead of like, okay, let's try it again, or let's try something else. You know? Like,
Yeah, pivot.
yeah.
Just keep moving forward.
Just keep going. Like,
Yeah, we just need to do more hard shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking earlier. Like today, my son had his first wrestling tournament, and it was just so cool to see all these little kids. Before he was going, they had like the little kids, and just to seeing these little kids.
The little kids are always fun to
Yeah,
watch.
like they don't really know what the fuck they're doing, but they're just doing. They're going. They're trying, and just to see, them fight through things, and you can just when a kid or anybody really, when you see somebody have to push through, and dig deep and get to a place where they never thought that they could, like they didn't even know they had that in them, and they pushed through and they did it and they overcame and they fought. Man, the look that comes on somebody's face where they're like, holy shit, I can do this. There's like this aha moment of
Yeah.
confidence, and it's like life changing.
It's like they broke that plateau. It's
Yeah,
like
man.
They didn't know there was like a bonus level
You can only do that by doing hard shit.
by doing hard shit. Yeah, getting your fucking ass kicked a little bit. You know? Like,
Yeah, bro. How long you been fighting?
about 4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Man, you just do it just because you like it, huh?
Yeah.
Any ambition going pro?
Maybe. You know, I want to keep fighting, keep getting more fights. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when we spar, we basically fight, but it's like it's different getting into in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah,
so-
the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you gotta go. The whole fucking smoke and mirror thing is just like it's crazy because all the lights are on you, and then you gotta fucking everyone's yelling at you, and you're
Oh.
half naked up there.
Yeah,
and-
my first fight. I remember like actually being really nervous the night before. Like, man, what am I doing? But the day of, it was like totally cool. And then like once I stepped foot in that ring, it was like there was no nerves whatsoever. It's like someone's got a picture of just me like, against the ropes, just like posted up, just waiting for my opponent, just chilling out, just kind of looking like, oh hey, what's up? You know,
Yeah.
just like kind of hanging out, waiting for my opponent to show up. And
Is
then
that how you always are when you fight?
just calm and relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just very aware of everything going on around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But as soon as we started fighting, like all that went away.
All
It was
that
like,
goes away.
Yeah, it was just like me and
tunnel vision.
yeah, it was just me and him. And it
Oh,
was like,
okay. It's a crazy experience, man. A lot of people don't know what that's like.
oh, I know. It was like jumping out of a plane and having like a bunch of fireworks shooting off at the same time. Yeah, it was just
Yeah, dude. I mean, one of my favorite things was always getting greased up like right before you step in. I don't know why. That was just a very important moment to me for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, I close my eyes and like they fucking put the Vaseline on you. I'm like, all right, fucking let's go.
yeah. It's like the last little like zen moment you have. Like, or here, let's do it. Like
Yeah. Man, yeah. It's wild, man. It's wild.
it's like they should start greasing up, but with like paint.
With
Like,
paint.
Yeah, just like fucking.
Everybody has like fucking war paint on their chest.
Oh,
I
my
wonder if you
God.
could do that. Could you paint your chest and they let you fight? I wonder.
It would have to be like a base where it would just like dry on the skin, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
if it got like on if you're like rolling with somebody and just like their arm slipped out because it's all painted.
Yeah, it could become an issue, right, man?
Or just add a whole nother dynamic.
More fighters should just start getting temporary tattoos for sponsors.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
It's temporary. Why
Dude,
not?
yeah.
Sponsorship.
Yeah, like it lasts like a month or like 2 fights, Like,
Shit.
who cares?
Why not?
Who cares? There was that trend like fucking 15 years ago where like internet startup companies were paying people to get their name tattooed on them. Like,
And I remember that.
remember, like,
Yes,
dude.
people are doing it. People are fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I
Like,
don't know if I'd ever do that.
no, and it wasn't for like anything that was gonna be worth like it was like a grand. And, like you got this tattoo. It's like, that's so stupid.
Yeah, not every tattoo needs to mean something, but I'm not really. I don't like being a billboard for other people.
No.
It's just not my jam.
No. It's like with there was that one NBA player in like a post conference when he sits down and there's like a Gatorade bottle and he just picks it up and puts it down. He's like, they don't pay me.
Oh,
I remember,
shit, for real?
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I like that.
Yeah, I was like, fucking, that was so cool.
Yes, that's cool. I like that. That's a smart man right there.
I think
listen, they don't pay me. Fuck
Derek
them.
Lewis might have did something else with, because he tried to get a Monster sponsorship and they didn't do it. In a post conference, he did the same thing.
Yeah, for real. Fuck them.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, don't put my fucking name around you if you're not gonna.
Yeah, especially if you're in the UFC, right? Because those motherfuckers got all the money.
Yeah, they do.
They only give a small, tiny fraction to their fighters.
It's insane. There was that Tim Wells podcast with Sean O'Malley. There was one shot. I think it might have been. It was the fight before the Cheeto fight. He made more playing Fortnite that weekend than he did fighting.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley, he's the king.
Dude,
He's the motherfucking king.
He's wild. Man.
I love watching that kid.
Yeah.
And he has just found a way to, like you said, he's like he's the unranked champ.
He is, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
He is.
He knows what he's there for. He's there to put on shows.
Oh my god, and he just keeps doing it, man. He's like the fighting riffraff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like so in his own lane.
So much so, man. And a lot of these fighters need to figure out ways to create, a brand for themselves so they can build like a business off of themselves that isn't just fighting. Like Sean O'Malley, right? He's over here, streaming himself playing video games, getting paid.
Doing that, working with Dr. Dabber, making like fucking.
Yeah, he has his own brand, so now he's in the cannabis space, right? I mean, just making money.
Yeah, I was always surprised that Dana let like some of these fighters have their own like side like merch shit.
He should.
He should definitely do it, but it's like that doesn't seem like something he would do.
Yeah.
It's like I want to make like Max Holloway's got his shit.
Uncle Dana's eating. He's cool. That motherfucker's making so much money. Those guys make a lot of money. I think I saw something. It was saying like most of these sport organizations end up doing like a damn near 50% split with the athletes on like what they pay them versus what they're making. And something like in fighting, fighters are only getting like 18%.
That's nuts.
It was something crazy like that.
That's nuts.
It was crazy. I should probably substantiate that by looking it up, but I'm not going to. We're just gonna leave it at that because fuck the UFC, bro.
Yeah, man. Like
in that manner, anyway. They do a lot of good things, but man, that's not cool. The way they don't
not
pay.
taking
They
care.
don't pay
Yeah,
enough.
not taking care of these people. Like
Yeah, they take care of some, but you should take care of all of them.
they should. It was like there was that one girl a couple cards ago that wasn't gonna be able to fight because she couldn't afford her own training camp.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, that shouldn't have never like.
One dude just won, and I've heard about this a couple different times. A dude just won. He's like, "Oh man, thank God I won!" And I think maybe he got the bonus because I had like $50 in my bank account.
Oh
type
my
shit.
god,
Like,
yeah,
what, bro? And it's because he had to pay for his camp.
yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. I don't think people realize that there's not really nearly as much money in fighting as they're hoping.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like a lot of people, like some people make a lot of money, but a lot of people don't make a ton of money. So if you're gonna do this, you better really love it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you shouldn't try,
no,
but just know what the reality of it is.
that's why like when I do wish I would have got into this way younger,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like fortunate that I focused on a career first, so I
Mhm.
could just do this and actually appreciate. Because it's like if it was in the reverse, I would have. This would have been my life. I would just been just been
Fighting and living and training.
yeah.
Yep.
And I mean that's what we're doing now, but it's like now it's like cool. It's like but it's stable. It's like, it's like I don't need any support from anybody.
Right.
Like
Yeah, you're not desperate. That's in a good place to be.
yeah, it's like I can do this because I love it, not because it's like fuck. If I don't do this, then like me and the dogs aren't eating.
Yeah. Some people are in that position for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not about it. Oh man, I don't miss it.
Not at all.
No. I had an itch one time to spar. This has probably been a year and a half ago at least now. And since then I've been good. I just, I get enough with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
And I've been competing quite a bit. So, yeah, just something about getting punched, man. Oh, I don't enjoy it.
man. I kind of like it.
Clearly, that's what you do. You punch motherfuckers.
Yeah, I
You
like
do
it.
you do stand up. You don't fight MMA, right? It's kickboxing.
No, I did a little jiu-jitsu right before the pandemic started. Really started getting into that, and then so I think
You guys train jiu-jitsu up there?
no, we want to.
Okay.
We want to. That'd be awesome if we can get somebody in there to figure out some like classes we can all roll because jiu-jitsu is so much fun.
This is the shit, bro.
It's so and like that community, that jiu-jitsu community is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same weirdo. Like
Mhm.
just like
That's my favorite part of jiu-jitsu is the community.
everyone's so intelligent.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just so cool. It's just so cool.
It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Been doing this shit for 12 years, bro.
That's insane. Totally. Also, congratulations again on the black belt. That's
Oh,
just,
thank you.
dude. Would you ever compete in that high rollers competition?
I would love to.
Dude, that would be up your alley, man.
That'd be so fun. I'd probably get my ass kicked, but that's okay.
yeah, but
Go
like,
smoke some weed, go hang out in Vegas for a little bit.
yeah, man.
I'm down.
Meet some really cool fucking.
Yeah. They do open events where you can just sign up for it.
Really?
So I might do that.
Yeah, that'd be so sick.
They're a little bit more expensive, but they're cheaper. I think the brown and black belts are cheaper than the purple and blue belts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they charge the lower belts more, and then usually you can compete for less whenever you're higher belt. So that's at least helpful. But yeah, I just really like what they got going. I like that brand a lot. It's pretty cool.
I think it's really. I think it's gonna change a lot of people for the better. Like they
Yeah.
did that cops versus stoners tournament.
Yeah,
Which
that was
is-
cool. That's so creative, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Everybody can be cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that really bridged a gap too.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, it's a very real dynamic in the jiu-jitsu world. I have so many cop friends that, man, one in particular, I won't say his name, but he and I have had so many insightful conversations after training. He'll just explain to me like what it's like being a cop, and he's in a position where he's been in the field for fuck, dude, like 30 years or some shit, like almost
Jesus.
as long as we've been alive, bro.
yeah,
Like he's and at this point he's worked himself in a place to where he does a majority of the training for police like throughout the world type shit. Like he goes all over, dude.
that's sick.
Yeah, he does a ton of training, but he's based here in St. Louis. And yeah, man, so I just really enjoy talking to him and like getting his insight and his perspective of like, how they police and just what's going through their mind, you know what I mean? Like what it's like to have that job. And it's so insightful, man. And again, that's just one of the guys. There's just so many. You get a lot of military guys in there. You just get such a diverse group of people.
Yeah,
In the jiu-jitsu gym, it's crazy. Everybody from we have people who are like high up in corporations or doctors or plumbers or just
like chemists too. Like
everybody.
yeah, dude,
it's crazy. All
it's-
walks of life.
It's nuts,
Like
man.
literally.
It's and everyone's always accepted too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, man. Martial arts? I think it's just such a bridging gap for people, man.
I agree.
Yeah, like
Most people don't know what it's like to do hard shit, right?
exactly. Yeah, like people are afraid of discipline, or self-discipline at least.
Yeah, and the beauty of jujitsu, in my opinion, it's a lot of people don't like the idea of getting punched in the face, right?
Yeah,
But it's not as bad whenever you're not getting punched. There's something that you can train that's hard, that you don't really have this fear in your mind about. You know, even though it's essentially just
Because there's
simulated
always that.
killing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
you
that.
always have that option of
It's
tapping,
like, hey man.
or when you look at it, like you look at certain things, and it's not necessarily like scary looking. You know what I'm saying? But like the idea of like a fist or like a foot coming at your face,
Oh,
that's a scary thought.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I remember the first time getting kicked in the face, and that
Yeah,
that one felt weird.
yeah,
I
bro.
was like, gee, I was like,
That
I don't like that.
was a different sensation, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, man. Have you been knocked out before?
Close.
Like in practice, like a flash knockout?
Fight, and in the first fight I had, like the
Mm.
kid just stuck me with a beautiful two. It was awesome. He set me up perfect for it.
Okay.
I remember seeing it like as it was coming. I was like, oh, this is nice. Like,
Oh, really?
and I went back and I was like, flash knockout. I was like on the ground. I was like, whew, and my first instinct was like, all right, I'm like, we're getting the fuck up.
Uh-huh.
And I get up and I look over at him and I see three of them. And the refs look at me and he's like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I start laughing at him and start moving forward. And then like the round was over.
No,
I was
really?
like, yeah. At the end, he's like, well, what? He's like, you know how scary it is to see someone that you just almost knocked out to get up and start walking at you laughing. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, that was a mind fuck, right?
I didn't even mean because I was like, well, which one is the real opponent here? There's three of them. Like, hopefully it's the middle one.
Yeah, just pick one and choose.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been flash knocked out in practice before, and it's a wild experience,
Yeah.
dude. Like I remember we were like grappling on the wall, and like just something came over the top and hit me, and just like it immediately buckled me, and like I popped right back up, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is
Like
something's not right here."
yeah, it's like
I've had my bell rung quite a few times.
same. I've had a couple concussions and like
It's like literally like a bell going off when you.
Yeah.
It's like that's not good.
oh yeah, and then like the immediate nausea right after it too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And then of course you don't stop sparring though.
No, you have to keep finishing the round.
You're like, oh fuck, I'm just fucked up right now. Man.
Oh god, and then there's always my favorite like after where you're just sitting for 30 minutes like staring at nothing because it's like you have no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah, man, you're just like, oh my god,
Where the hell is this?
just staring off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's hard. It's a hard life, man. It's a hard life. You gotta love it. You have to love it.
Yeah, it's addicting, man.
And it's not like every day's like that by any
No.
stretch, but it's just a part of it.
Yeah, it's like you have to go through those waters sometimes.
You guys train pretty hard up there at the church.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's just cool that people want to go that. I mean, like train that hard,
Yeah.
like with conditioning and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and everyone there is like, we're just competitive with each other. So it's like, all right, who's gonna push it harder today? So, yeah.
That's what's up, dude. That is what's up. Yeah, man, that fight last night was a good fight.
It was great, man.
Yeah.
And his props to his opponent too, man. That kid hung in there. He hung in there.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
I can't remember his opponent's name.
I can't remember either, but he was really nice.
Was he?
He was really cool.
See, that's the beauty of martial arts, right? People are friendly,
Yeah.
typically.
Yeah. It always fucking bums me out when you see people just beefing for no reason. It's like,
Yeah.
Why-
Why?
why are you banging your chest, dude?
Trying to be like Conor McGregor and shit.
Yeah,
Nate
like-
Diaz. Get the fuck out of here,
Get the-
buddy.
yeah,
That's
come
not
on.
you.
Come on. Yeah, it's like, dude, especially like in like local settings like that too. It's like, dude, come on, like just don't be a dick.
Fucking yeah. That should be a life mantra, right?
Don't be a dick. Yeah.
Yeah. We might call this show that. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, man. Yeah, let's do that.
Fuck, dude. What's that say in your face?
Oh, Sierra Miedo.
Sierra Miedo? What's that mean?
So it's this saying that my favorite like okay, here's a side thing. I've been always super into professional wrestling.
Okay.
It's just like that thing I grew up with. I just never let go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was really, really into like luchador and Mexican wrestling. So my favorite luchador, that's the thing they would always say, like Seattle, Miedo, and he looks like this like crazy skeleton guy.
Who is it?
His name's Pentagon Jr.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What organization did he wrestle for?
When he was in Mexico, it was AAA, but now he's in AEW, like the big U.S.
Okay,
promotion.
AEW.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it means zero fear in Spanish. So it's like super funny to have no fear on my face, on my face. But I was like, no, it's like,
Holy shit, man.
yeah, it was like
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, just seeing his matches like would always get me amped up. I'm like, oh, if I see it, like
Yeah.
getting ready in the mirror, like
He says it all cool and
just like,
shit.
fuck yeah, let's go do some shit. So
Dude.
I got to meet him and his brother, and like he freaked out and took pictures, and then they kept telling me that I was Mexican at heart. It was the coolest thing ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he have his mask on?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Both
always,
of them did.
always,
Yeah. Always,
right.
man. Yeah.
But it's not always, because if you saw him without the mask, you wouldn't even know it.
I know, dude. It'd be fucking weird.
You could have walked by him and not even fucking knew
Yeah,
it.
dude. Like, you see someone only in a mask. Like, I don't want to see what's underneath there.
It's like when Rey Mysterio Jr. took the mask off.
Dude, he looked like a 3-year-old boy.
He sure did.
He looks so young.
He did. He's a little man, but he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know he killed a guy?
Really?
He accidentally killed a guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How?
He, like that movie does where he like grabs ropes and swings around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dude went to get set up for that, but he tripped too early. It was the guy's fault. And broke his neck on the rope. And Ray came around to do that move and didn't know that happened and kicked him.
Oh shit! Was this on TV or was it one of like the non-televised?
It wasn't on TV. It was like a small independent show, but it was recorded. And it's
dude.
you can and it was no one was charged or anything.
Right, it's
But
just an accident.
You can see, yeah,
Shit, man.
you can see like both like the ref and Ray just being like immediately it's like, oh, something's not wrong, or like something's not
Yeah,
right.
because these guys are friends.
Yeah,
right. I mean, obviously they're putting on a show, but like they all travel together.
Yeah.
Like they work together. It's like
you don't want to kill.
you don't want to kill your coworker.
No,
bro.
yeah, no,
What the fuck?
no. Oh my god, man! Like,
Oh
no,
my god.
no, like,
Whoa.
God, can you imagine if that guy's family was there? Like, I'm gonna go watch this guy wrestle, and then
Man, dude. You know, I whenever I was younger, I was supposed to, I was supposed to go to a Monday Night Raw, and we could only get like real shitty tickets, like up high. I was like, I don't want to go. I'm kind of mad at myself because it was the night after fucking Owen Hart had fallen. Yeah, man, and like. I don't know, man. It just would have been interesting to go to that one.
that was my first wrestling show ever.
That would have been my first one ever.
Yeah, that was my first.
You went
one
to that Monday?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, man. So
Dude.
you went.
Yeah. So the thing was too is like growing up, I loved the Hart Foundation, like Brett, Owen,
Yeah.
Brian Pillman, like all those dudes. I fucking loved Jim Neidhart, and I was stoked to see Owen Hart,
Yeah.
but I didn't know he died.
You didn't know he died?
I didn't get that because it was like that was like fucking 99, 98 maybe, right?
Yeah.
Something. It was
Somewhere
around
it was somewhere
Yeah.
around that late 90s. Let's find out when Owen Hart died.
But at that time, we didn't have internet just freely, like, available like that to find, like, news and shit like that. So it's like I didn't, like I was like 10 or 11, so I didn't watch the news.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I found out, but I sure the fuck knew.
I think it was on the news, like it was.
He died in 99.
99. Okay.
Yeah, May 23rd, 99. Yeah, man, I just remember I was supposed to go to that shit.
Dude.
And
it was the saddest thing I've ever been to.
yeah, no, I was kind of a shithead kid. I was like, oh, we can't get the good seats. I'm like, I don't want to go. I was like, I'll just watch it. We can save the money.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like those things, you do kind of want to be closer.
I did. I really wanted the good seats, and I'm like, Mom, you don't really got to spend your money if we can't really
get the
get the good seats. I'm like, we'll just save it.
We sat like dead middle.
Oh, okay.
And I remember there was this one dude that just had like a plethora of different signs, and like there was a security always coming up and grabbing one of his signs.
Really? And
Yeah.
you just kept popping out a new one.
Another
So
one.
where the fuck do these keep coming from?
Because you didn't see him. And like they always said like something real, just ridiculous. And the final one that he had just said "my balls itch" really big.
That's
like,
hilarious.
Yeah, that shit was so funny, man.
Oh man, wow, people, I
Dude.
love them.
Oh, I know. My buddy had this project that he started and he never finished. He was gonna make a coffee table book of just going through 90s WWF, but only crowd signs.
Oh really?
And just like, because there's
So they pull them out pictures and shit.
he was trying to watch everything and then screenshot it and then pull it and put it in high definition.
How long would that take?
Too long. Like he was like he got pretty far into it, but it's just like just brain numbing because it's like he's like, you're not watching the wrestling, you're watching the crowd the whole time. So he's like, you see some fucking shit. But it's like,
yeah. Well, I mean, do you really need to watch the entirety of it to catch the sign. I mean, maybe because somebody might wait
Yeah, because there's
for a certain time to pull out a sign, right?
Yeah, and like some
Depending
people,
on what's happening.
yeah, some shit is just so fucking wild that people will bring there. Like, you know, like the Chris Benoit story about killing his family and stuff.
Yes.
There was one that he found, and you know, I laughed because it was ridiculous, but the guy just said Chris Benoit is innocent. But it was like 10 years after the fact that it wasn't even around when it was happening. It was like, dude, why did you make that? That's insane.
That is hilarious.
That shit is insane.
Holy shit.
Like that guy came there and was like, fuck it all, man. Like, dude,
yeah, why would you do that? Why would
so fun.
the
Like,
fact that he did that?
It's so funny.
Holy shit.
Like that is funny. You have to. It's like
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
there's just some shit that's so offensive. It's just automatically funny.
Well,
you know?
clearly he was doing that as a joke.
Yeah. There's no way in the world that guy actually believed that.
Like, I mean, it's obvious. Like, and it's so far like removed from the event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be such a pussy.
Don't be such a fucking pussy, man. Don't be a fucking pussy.
Oh God, that's hilarious. So, is he continuing with this project?
I haven't talked to him about it in a while. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But either way, that I hope so.
Yeah, so do I. Because because shit like that is hidden and stuff. It's like that's so funny.
Dude, that is hilarious.
Oh my god.
So, do you frequent these events when they come into town? Like, were you there? They just had one where Ric Flair was there, and it was at where the fuck was it?
It was at Chase.
Chase Park Plaza, right?
Yeah. So my grandpa growing up would show me old wrestling at the Chase tapes.
Yeah.
So I always.
This is a big town for wrestling.
Oh, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. And then Missouri did some fucking weird law where you had to have a professional wrestler license to wrestle here. So like if it wasn't the WWE that just paid for all that, then you can come wrestle. But it's been lifted, so that's why all this shit's coming back.
Oh, okay. Because I have seen a pretty big uptick.
Yeah.
Like I see advertised far more.
Yeah, it's like they're having like a resurgence where it's like everything's just new and fresh, and people are like, wait, let's go back to the old way of how it was.
Yeah.
And like just make it wrestling and fun and
Yeah.
But the shit with Ric Flair. Yeah, it was on my birthday, so I got to take my dad to like something that he grew up on too, and it was like
That's awesome.
yeah, like he never got to go either, so it was like crazy. He's like, man, he like was blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here he is doing this big ass speech in the middle of the ring, talking about how awesome St. Louis is. And
He's always said St. Louis has been his favorite spot to wrestle.
yeah. He's like I love, like, it's so special to me. It's so important to my career.
Yeah.
He's like, I came here just to do this right now. Yeah.
Oh man, he was all coked out. You could see.
Oh,
too.
dude, that dude's a wild
Dude,
fucking man, bro.
He's got this quote of like, they ask him like, "Do you think you're an alcoholic?" He goes, "I don't know. I've never stopped." Like that's like such a funny response.
Like, what are you talking
You're like, wait, what?
Listen, he is on everything. Listen, to do what he has done, right? These guys have a history of just popping pills
Oh yeah, and just drinking, like.
and steroids and cocaine
Oh yeah.
and not sleeping
Oh, yeah.
and just being fucking maniacs living on the road 300 days a year.
Yeah, not eating correctly, just in a fucking little tube of like testosterone.
Dude.
Like, yeah, you're gonna do some wild shit.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
You're jumping off the top of, of the ring, the turnbuckle. You're getting hit in the head with shit.
Oh yeah.
Gravity is real.
Oh yeah.
That shit hurts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're still getting slammed down. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like no shit. You're taking painkillers. You know.
Oh my God, man.
like-
That's a hard life, bro.
I know. It's like when people are like, "Oh my god, they were addicted to drugs." Like, how could you not be addicted to drugs?
Like,
man?
what are you talking
It's
about?
like they
You go do that and not be high.
yeah. What, was it one of my buddies used to do the meet and greets for WWE.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, and it was like he got to do it at a really good time and like meet a bunch of people, but he was always the guy that ended up getting weed for all the wrestlers. And he told me this story about how like they have this like loose rule that like if you test positive for marijuana, you get fined $1,000. So apparently he said Randy Orton figured that out. So every first of the year he just drops off 12 grand and just like,
just leave me the fuck alone.
yeah, like here it is. Don't fucking talk to me. Like,
Good move.
yeah, I was like, damn, that's so. He's like, yeah, okay,
That's baller.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, fuck it. It's such a silly thing anyway.
It's so
Especially
dumb.
cannabis. Cannabis is so helpful,
It is,
especially
man.
for recovery. Oh
It
my
is.
god.
Oh my god,
Just to
dude.
help go to sleep, get a nice relaxed
Oh,
night's sleep.
that's my favorite thing after leaving the like. That's probably my favorite thing of the day is like leaving the gym, exhausted, lighting a joint, driving home. By the time I get in the driveway, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna get in the shower, and then I'm just gonna just starfish on the ground,
Yeah, bro.
dude.
Yeah, it feels so good.
Oh,
So many benefits.
it is.
Yeah, recovery. Uh, I feel that it helps me whenever I go train.
Mhm.
I'll go a little bit, smoke a little bit before, and I'm just nice and relaxed.
Yeah,
Um,
loose.
yeah, just loose. You know what I mean? I just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just refreshing, you know.
Yeah, bro.
And like to me too, like whatever problems I was having before, like it's like a cool reset button of that
Yeah.
day. It's like a second part of the day.
Yeah, I'm just glad the narrative around it's changing. Like clearly, not everything is for everybody.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much variance, with our biology, right,
Yeah.
as people. But it helps a lot of people,
Yeah.
and it's not this evil thing. And there's just been so many years of just lies.
Oh my god, yeah. And like I'm like, did you ever get caught with weed as a kid growing up?
I did not.
Damn, I got caught all the
I
time.
was
with
very
it.
I was very fortunate. I mean, I got caught smoking by my parents,
Mhm.
but not like actually caught with weed.
Oh, I got caught smoking. I got caught with weed. Like,
Mm.
but my
By like
da-
an actual authority other than your parents?
no, just my parents. Just
Oh,
my
okay,
parents. No, no, no.
okay. Yeah, no, just like yeah, just the one time, the very first time I got high, actually.
Oh my god, that'd been fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was wild.
The first time I ever got high, it was opium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like
Shit.
the guy was like, "Oh shit, this was opium." I was like, "How did you mix that up?" But I'd never seen really weed at that time before.
Yeah, how do you mix that up?
Yeah, I was
You
like, what the
don't.
Yeah, no. So I was fucking laid
asshole.
out. Yeah, I just laid out in this like garden for a while.
Fuck, dude.
I was like, I don't know if weed's for me. And I was like, and then you actually smoke weed. Like, oh wait, this is for me, dude.
Oh shit, dude.
I got it. My parents just started smoking weed. And
Oh,
it's-
really?
It's awesome. They're in their late 60s, and it's just like, they were so against it when I was a kid. I mean, my mom was like, "You can either stay here or smoke weed," and then I moved out. So, but so they started. Yeah, they just started smoking, and they're like so into it now.
Yeah.
They're like so curious.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely interesting to see people who like have it's just so foreign to them.
Oh
Start
yeah.
smoking weed like when your parents do it.
Oh yeah. It's like they realize like wow. It's like my life could have been totally different. Like you know what I mean.
I bought into the
You're
lie.
like God damn. Like
Dude, I knew a kid in college that he's just very adamant. Like I won't smoke weed because it's illegal, and if it's legal, then maybe I'll do it. And but until then, I'll just drink. I'm like, dude, I don't understand the if it's legal logic.
no.
Like you're sitting there drinking all
like-
the fucking time.
Dude.
What are you talking about? You can't do this other thing because it's illegal.
Yeah.
But help me understand. You're not gonna get in trouble if you just smoke this.
But you're gonna drink like actual poison. Like you
like
know.
actual poison.
Yeah. Like,
Also underage, which is also illegal. So
which is
what do
gonna
you
fuck up your brain much more. Oh, dude.
But that's the logic of so many people for so long. That it's illegal, so I won't do it. To like the older generations, right? And here we are.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, fuck, I was duped.
Yeah. It's like recovering alcoholics now too. It's like, well, I smoke weed. And it's like, no, that doesn't count. Man.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's helping you not do this other thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because here's the thing. If you drink before you go to bed, any time anywhere near that, and you haven't really metabolized it, which is what most people do,
Yeah.
it completely wrecks your sleep. You may go unconscious, but you don't actually get like restorative sleep
No, not at all.
at all.
At all.
It's the opposite. So it's like you wake up feeling like shit, and then you're just living like shit.
and
And
just groggy and then like
Dude.
cloudy all day. Yeah.
the thing is, the body is just so fucking magnificent that it is just adaptive as hell, and it gets used to whatever condition you give it.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah. So people get used to feeling like shit, and they don't know it.
Yeah. No, they don't. Like that was when I was saying that I did that huge sober stint. It was like that first hangover. It's not like oh, my hangovers are so bad. It's like, no, you just don't drink like that anymore. Like you're saying, you got used to feeling like shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oof, this is what that felt like. I can't believe I lived like this.
Dude, yeah. And the thing is, people don't know how good they can feel until they feel it.
Oh yeah.
It's so weird.
Oh yeah.
It's like once the fog lifts, you're like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
I think people are afraid of change a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Like dramatic change. Like
change is scary.
It is. It is. It is super scary, but might as well try it out.
Yeah, lean into it.
Got to.
Fuck yeah, man. I mean, it's really easy to get complacent and just comfortable with what you're doing, and just not like going after that thing. Because there's, I believe that everybody has this thing in the back of their head that that they want to do, like they know it, like it's like their truth.
Yeah,
Whether if like you're not living it, then like you just kind of know it's like, man, I wish I could do this and get paid. Like maybe you fucking can, or maybe you can set up a life so you can do whatever it is for you. But like most people, I won't say most people, but I think there are a lot of people in the world who are just like clocking in and clocking out and living for the weekends and not really feeling like super fulfilled and not really pursuing like anything that's meaningful to them. But like in the back of their head, they kind of know like what that thing is that is meaningful to them.
Yeah.
But they're just ignoring it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're waiting for that Friday night, and then it's like they're going to get hammered the next 2 nights, and then spend Sunday just like doing nothing. It's like, man, you're in this vicious, like, like almost dumbing of a process,
Mm-hmm.
And not listening to that voice and chasing the thing that you should,
Yeah, man. Is that what drove you to kind of fight?
Yeah. Yeah. It was something I always wanted to do, and it's like, man, I just love testing myself. I want to see what it could be made of,
Or is that just kind of what drives you to do everything you do? You just kind of listen to that?
Yeah, but it's like fighting was always like, man, I like just always watching it. Just like, man, I could get there and do this. Like, It's like, and I remember like one amateur fight, I think it was a Shamrock card, where this dude was just beating this dude's ass, just schooling him. And it was like right in the third, and the guy just threw like a little leg kick or like a head kick. The kid tried to stop it with his pinky, and he dislocated it, and he like walked out of the fight, but he had 30 seconds left. And I remember just being like, if that happened to me, I'm fucking finishing that.
It's only 30 seconds.
It's only 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The it could be popped in anyways. Like, just fucking finish it.
Finish it out.
Keep him at a distance. Don't give up. And
yeah, don't quit.
He was getting that, and I remember just like being so disappointed and angry. And I was like, I won't quit anything. Like, I'll go, like, even if I fail, it's like, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go all the way to the end. Like, I'm not giving up.
Yeah, quitting really is a habit.
It is.
Yeah, because once you get used to it, it becomes like a standard that you allow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't mind losing. There's no shame in that. But
no,
it's like,
none. Just keep going.
Got to go to the end, man.
Yeah, man. 100%. Just, like, be aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. More people can benefit from that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So, I don't know. You've probably been asked this before, but so have you thought about being a tattoo artist?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a lot of friends, and I've definitely.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at your work, and it's like why don't you just do that?
Yeah. It'd be. Like, I've always thought about it too. Like.
Are you good at drawing?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you?
I did so much like figure drawing and stuff.
Man, that's always the career that I always said if I could draw. I never like took the time. I know that that's something that can be developed. It's just never anything that I've done. But I was like, man, if that was the thing I did, I'd want to be a tattoo artist.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the culture in St. Louis is like changing, and it's like really welcoming and like exciting again.
Yeah, there are a lot of good artists here, man.
So many, man. And it's like it's cool that like that.
Take your pick.
Yeah, and it's cool that community like supports each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying this to like another barber the other night. That was like, dude, it's like there shouldn't be like barbershop salon rivalries or even like fighting gyms. It's like it's so
it's
like
silly, dude.
So dumb to have like a rivalry. It's like, dude, St. Louis should be this place. Like if you're gonna come to fight, it's like, oh fuck, that place is a scary place to fight. Like they're all killers. They all train each other. Like,
right, dude. I mean, at a certain point, no, you can't fight everybody in the city. I mean, who gives a shit? You need to fight everybody outside of the city.
Exactly. Like,
yes.
We got to collect all of our brains and figure it's like, shit, you do this that way that I like, It's like,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, it helps as an amateur. Like, as we're all developing and shit, and you just need a fight. Cool, I'll get a development fight. But it's like, man, you can't live on that shit, man.
No.
That's not where it's at. Like, you got to understand where some of these early fights kind of have their place, but like it's just experience. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's all.
like don't put too much stock into this.
Yeah.
Like this isn't really what's important.
No.
Yeah, man.
No. Then to me, it's just the experience of just doing it and like getting that high again, just being in the cage again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just like with the St. Louis tattoo community and barber community, it's like, dude, we should all just be friends, teach each other, like build it up, you know?
Yeah.
Build the city up as a whole
Help
instead of
each other.
like fuck that, shop over there, you know? It's why? Like they're doing the same shit you're doing. You're jealous about that? You guys have the same interest, you know?
Dude, yeah. It's just this. I don't understand that mindset.
So it's just like that weird, like toxic trait, like
Yeah.
cool guy trait, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's like a scarcity mindset. Like you feel like there's not enough for everybody, when really there's plenty of success for everybody. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna cut everybody's fucking hair? All right, guy.
Yeah, one guy over there.
Yeah.
and, like,
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. Go ahead, go for it. You
Yeah.
dumbass.
All right, Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Have fun not having a life, douchebag. Like,
Save some pussy for me, Kyle.
yeah, thanks, Kyle. It's like good luck with that fucking all of St. Louis population.
Oh shit.
There's what?
People think like that, dude. They're like, it's all for me.
All me.
Yeah, right, bro.
I got to get all the cool people. I got to only know the cool people.
You see that in every circle, right?
Oh, it's so weird,
It's
man.
weird, man. It's
Like the
wow.
hierarchy shit. It's like,
I don't get it.
cause man, I got like my friend group is so diverse. Cause like I got so many. I'm just so curious about so many things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I've done so many hobbies and got lost in different things. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, but even like bouncing around, it's like you just see like the hierarchy. It's like, man, fuck that shit. Like just
Yeah, we're all just people.
yeah, let's just hang out with everybody, have a good time.
Yeah. I'll never understand the scarcity mindset because there's definitely plenty of success for everybody. for
There
sure.
is, there is, man.
Yeah.
Especially like in individualistic things that like I don't know we're all into.
Yeah, dude, we're living in such a time that anybody can create whatever they want. Especially, I mean, with the advent of fucking social media and the internet, I mean, we have the ability to like connect and advertise and sell and fucking and build like a whole community online. And,
Yeah.
and you can create like a whole life for yourself that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think like it's like as many like downsides there is to like social media. There's so many like cool positive things too.
Mhm.
Like, do you know how many like lives are probably changed that have like people that have super bad social anxiety that they can't go out in public, but it's like they can have this whole persona on the internet, you know, and it's like actually feel good about themselves or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or at least have human connection
Well, 100%, man. Yeah, maybe they're better at typing
than they are like
and they can make a really cool ass blog and
Yeah.
build an entire community off of that.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just feel comfortable, like maybe they feel comfortable just talking to like a camera
yeah
right in
yeah,
front of them, and like even that's uncomfortable, but maybe they're better at doing that than like having like an audience involved, right?
Yeah.
And then they can put shit out that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, dude, there's so many ways to do it. Or you're just a dope ass artist.
Yeah.
And you put out your art and people fucking dig it, and now you have an awesome ass following.
Oh yeah, and you're selling stuff and you're
Yeah.
like progressing, making bigger and bigger things.
Yeah, man. Allowing people to do prints and shit like
Yeah.
that. It's like, man, that's really cool.
Dude, there's
never was
so-
there a time like now.
There is so much cool fucking art being
Yeah.
put out there.
Dude.
It's nuts.
Anything that you can think of, there's that and probably more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy because, like, what is an idea? Sometimes I feel like it's just this thing that's in the ether, and if you tap into it or it comes to you, or how I don't know where they come from sometimes, but it's like, you know how like some people will have the same idea,
yeah.
and even in different times. It's this weird shit, man. So it's like, what is that? What's that coming from? Like,
How did two like different people with different morals and different like
mm-hmm.
beliefs and structure? How do they both have the same idea? You know?
It happens.
Yeah.
It's weird shit. So just with that idea, where the fuck was I going with that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
either.
got to be something like tapping into like that higher consciousness. You know?
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was talking about ideas, though. I don't know. Sometimes I lose them.
Dude, me too.
Sometimes I lose them.
Me too.
When did you
Yeah.
start going by Peachez?
Oh man, since I've been like 13.
Really?
Oh yeah. My full name is Patrick John Gordon, and so is my dad's.
Mm.
So my uncles and my mom would call me PJ to distinguish us,
Yeah.
because it was confusing with two Patricks yelling around.
Yeah.
So it's like my dad and parents would have these like big bonfires at the house, and like he had a bunch of motorcycle buddies, so they all were fucking wild, and one of them meant to say PJ, get me a beer out of the cooler, and he said Peachez. He said it in front of like, you know, my neighborhood friends, my whole family, and it was just like boom. Ever since that day, that was like the first adult decision I made, was not fighting that nickname. It's like, well, fucking, this is what everyone's gonna call me now. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, because I was like, I knew if I fought it, it would just got worse. Like,
Yeah, and you just live with it.
yeah, it's like, yeah. So that's what everyone has always known me as.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah,
You
because
don't even try to change it.
no. Well, it's so funny. It's like I'll start jobs and stuff. Like, hey, I'm Patrick, and then someone will hear the nickname, and then it's just for the rest of it. It's just like
It doesn't matter. They
It
just...
does like I can't stop. I can't stop it. Like,
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, because I was introduced that way, so I'm like, all right, well, here we are.
yeah, like, but if I would have like walked up and been like, hey, I'm Patrick, and it's like within 10 minutes, someone would have been like, no, that's Peachez. It's like no one will let me. No one will let me. I did tell one of the coaches like last night from the place up in KC. It was Tim Rowe, I think it was. Super nice kid, but I can't remember. But talking to him, I was like, oh hey, I'm Patrick, and James was like, shut the fuck up, it's Peachez, and it's
That's
like,
so funny.
so it just sticks.
Hey, man, I can dig it. I wondered.
Yeah, it works for like a branding thing too. It's really
Dude, it does. Isn't that Justin Bieber's weed brand?
Peachez.
I think so.
No way. That's sick.
Is it? I could be wrong. Because, you know, he made that song, Peachez.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna be about his weed
And
company.
I'm pretty sure that kind of doubles for, like, at least I heard that is basically, like, doubling as, like, the advertising for his weed brand.
Fucking genius.
Yeah, who writes a fucking #1 hit?
As a jingle for their brand.
A fucking genius does.
Yeah, because now I really want it. Like,
Yeah, let's see here. Weed brand. Let's see what it comes up as. It says Justin Bieber announces limited edition Peachez cannabis line.
dude, see, what a fucking smart.
Just did this on October the 4th. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's printing money right there.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Right? This motherfucker. Limited edition? What does that mean, asshole? Why limited?
It's
A
just,
limited run weed product that comes in a sleek style pre-roll joint pack.
dude, that's just all mark. You know, anytime somebody says limited anything, it's like, oh, I gotta buy this now.
Yeah. Ooh, it looks nice. Look at that. It looks
Oh wow, yeah,
yeah, it's like, hey, this is some nice shit right here.
yeah, that's fucking classy.
Yeah, right?
Have you ever seen?
Sleek.
Man, I am such a fucking sucker for good packaging. Like, I'll pay more for like dope packaging on something.
Oh, bro, this is you all day.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm fine. I'm fine. Next time I see you, I'm gonna have a Peachez joint for sure. Oh my god.
Whoa, that's you all day, bro.
I had no idea. Oh my god.
That's so cool. See, look at that. Fucking the Biebs. I fuck with Justin Bieber.
Yeah, so do I.
Hard.
So do I, man. I think
I
he
like
fucking
him.
rules.
Yeah, man. Like here's the thing. He's handled growing up in his position very well,
And he's
And he's like-
survived it. Yeah.
and he's actually he's become a man.
Yeah.
Like a decent human.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, he's not like a shit person.
No, and he's still young.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck, dude. I love his music too.
His music's great.
My son tries to make fun of me. He's like,
No.
"You like Justin Bieber?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I like Justin Bieber."
Dude,
His shit is
super underrated.
no what underrated.
I think Justin Bieber's underrated, man. For like a lot, like when you talk to people about or just music in general.
Oh really?
Yeah, man.
I just feel like how he's always crushing it.
Dude, it's just hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, doesn't he go #1 and shit?
Yeah, all the time. God, I had a roommate that was obsessed with Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
and that's when I got it.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I got it. I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. Then on a rock climbing trip.
Did she was it a lady?
Yeah.
She turned you on, huh?
She got me on there, and then I was on this rock climbing trip in Chattanooga, and we took our buddy's wife's car,
Mhm.
and the only CD she had was Taylor Swift's 1989, and we listened to that for 3 days straight. And I was like, damn, Taylor Swift fucking rules.
Does
Like,
she? I'm not hip.
dude, listen to that album, man.
I'm gonna have to check it.
That
What's it
album,
called?
1989.
1989. Taylor
That al-
Swift.
Yeah, that album fucking hits.
All right, I'm gonna check it out because you recommended it.
It's so good, man.
Because Taylor Swift is not anywhere on my radar,
Dude,
to listen to.
That is like the most depressing pop artist ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't she always just like singing about breakups and shit?
Oh yeah, man.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's always like, dude, dude. It's just
If I wanted to just really be in my emotions,
But it's like-
just in my feels.
that. But that one's like all high energy.
Oh, that one is.
Yeah, all
Okay.
high energy stuff. But
Okay.
the album she just came out with it was weird. It made like a lot of rounds in the metal community.
Really?
Yeah, there's like one of the record stores I go to, music record store in Locust. The dude in there, we have very similar tastes in music and metal. He's like, man, have you got the new Taylor Swift? I was like, it's like
what?
yeah, as he's wearing like some a black metal shirt, and it's just like, what? Who the
fuck?
fuck are you, dude? I was like, have I heard the new Taylor Swift?
That's
He's like,
hilarious.
so you gotta check it out. I was like, damn, this is depressing. And like, now I get it. Now I totally get why he said, listen to this.
Oh fuck, dude, that is hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, just fucking blown away.
This is depressing.
Yeah, this is depressing.
Holy shit, I'm gonna check it out. You still go to record stores?
Fuck yeah, man. Dude. I listen to so much music, and like, I love vinyl so much. Like, and I collect vinyls of like the shit that I want. It's never about like I gotta have the first pressing that shit, because that just eats your soul. But it's just like going to a record store and just flipping through and like seeing an album, like, oh, forgot how much this meant to me.
Yeah, just the experience of it all.
Yeah, because I listen to everything, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like all last summer I went through this phase of just collecting 80s Japanese pop music.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's all on vinyl?
It was all on vinyl. Like
Shit.
hunting that down, like turning other like weirdo record music people onto this shit. Like,
God damn. Crate digging.
yeah, dude, yeah. And like them finding like crazy shit, be like, hey, you should check this out. And like, okay. Like,
Dude, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if many people do that anymore.
No. And if they do, it's like they've made a living out of it too, of like hand spinning vinyls at places.
Yeah, there's a real niche like community though that keep the vinyl sales up. I think there at one point. This is probably I doubt it's like it today, but it's probably been I don't know how many years ago. But there's one moment vinyl sales surpassed like digital downloads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That like, yeah. When that resurgence happened, I feel like that was when everyone like switched. Like we just like 70s vintage shit too.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like everyone's aesthetic was like.
Yeah, everything's like cycling through.
Yeah, like beiges and shit. Cycling through, but. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I go to a lot of concerts too, so it's always like it's like I've got so many fucking band shirts. And it's like, so now it's like, dude, I'll just buy a vinyl instead.
Yeah.
Still, because that's like where the bands make their money. It's the merch stuff.
Right. Yeah, man. Like going on tour, like sales of the shit while they're on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Fuck, dude.
yeah, it's
That's
like
a hard life.
it is, man. And like the merch person's always like their friend that just tagged along.
Yeah.
So it's like they're losing money on this shit. It's like I always like make sure to tip them too. Which when I was a kid, that was like my buddy's dad took us to our first concert, and we bought merch. He's like, you always have to tip the merch guy. So it's like I always do it. But now what I'm seeing with younger generations and at these shows is like they don't know that rule anymore.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's like some knowledge that needs to be passed down.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Here you are passing it down.
Yeah, like because like, hey man, they don't make they don't work for the band, like they're
I
friends.
didn't know that shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow, yeah, that's good to know. I don't think. How old were you when you went to your first live music?
13.
Yeah, I don't think I was probably like 20 the first time I ever went to a live thing.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't grow up doing that. I mean, I've seen like live music like at the fair and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but like I never like really paid attention to it or anything like that.
I was hooked, man. I was.
Yeah, it's dude, it's a great experience. I love going to like blues bars.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Or like a good jazz club too.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, when I'm like usually when I get home from like the end of my day, it's like I don't turn on any TV. I just put on like saxophone jazz and just like mellow out, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Who's your favorite band to go see in person?
I don't know, man. I have to think about that. This band that I'm wearing Every Time I Die is always a good time.
Yeah. Or who are just some bands that stick out as like put on really good shows?
Them, Turnstile. They're both like hardcore bands, but
Okay.
also this country singer Sierra Farrell. Awesome.
Really?
Yeah. For me, anything that was like a full band of like actual people playing.
Okay, so you just appreciate like all the instrumentation.
Yeah, dude. Just seeing how people do stuff and just
Yeah.
like how tight they can be together.
It all works together.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing when it all comes together.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. And like being able to like be close in an intimate space and like them sharing this part of themselves with you is just so cool.
I love when you can tell when somebody is just fully immersed in what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Right? And then they're just pouring everything of themselves into this performance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just so powerful. Like it's instantly recognizable when somebody is doing that. Like, you cannot fake that.
Oh, and it's so like inviting, and you're just like drawn and attached to it.
Yes.
You know, it's like we saw the Dead and Company when they had John Mayer playing for him, and it was crazy watching that man play guitar.
Yeah.
It's just seamless, flawless. Like
that's my favorite instrument.
Just fucking floating on this thing, and it was like you could tell even in between songs he just never left this trance that he was in of like how much he's gonna fuck up this guitar.
Dude, I would like to learn how to play the guitar. I should take the time to try to learn.
You already got the dexterity with jiu-jitsu. Like
maybe. I don't know. My hands are kind of weird. I don't. Jiu-jitsu, all I have to do is just grab you.
Grab it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it. My hands are actually pretty gnarly, all fucked up.
Man, I've popped so many tendons in my fingers from rock climbing.
Oh really? How long you been rock climbing?
About 7 years or so.
No, so you should have strong hands.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't like grow up doing it. You started in your 20s.
Yeah. I started in my 20s because I was like something that's
something to do.
Yeah. It was
7 years of that shit though. Yeah, that's a lot of.
I haven't done it in such a long time though.
Tension. I took my kids. I think maybe over the summer we went. Actually, there's Upper Limits right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went just on an afternoon. It's such a good workout.
So much fun.
It's a good way to mix it up.
Yeah,
for sure, dude.
You know what? Like doing it and like watching. Of course, like if you're tall and slender, you're gonna crush it just because that's how you are. But I always found out like the stronger, more technical climbers were always women.
Yes, dude. The first time I had went, my brother and I were there, and there was this older lady there, just very slender. She had like gray short hair, and she was just kicking fucking ass, dude. Just making me look like a little bitch.
Oh yeah,
just floating up that wall, boy. Just all the hard courses.
You know what I think it is too? I've thought about this for so long. Is because like women just naturally have a stronger core, and that's where a lot of like this comes from. You know, it's like because you think you just want to use your upper body,
but no,
you want to use your whole body.
Yes.
So they're able to like even like tiny girls able to like use their like legs and like core to be.
A lot of it's legs.
Yeah. Oh, it's just climbing a ladder, just a really weird looking ladder.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't focus all on the pull. That's when you gas out your whole fucking grip.
Oh yeah,
that's all bad.
Oh
but yeah, I watched that lady. I was just like, oh my goodness. I hope one day I could be as good as you,
dude. It's like
she was so good. She was just like graceful moving up that. You could just see her just like looking and assessing and picking her choices and just boom,
just
do it. And then and just how she just attacks the wall.
It's so cool, man. It's so much fun to watch that shit.
Yeah,
like really, really good climbers. Like,
yeah, when they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and then going outside and doing it is like a whole nother thing. It's so much fun.
I've never done it outside.
Oh,
I would like to.
We did it a bunch in Colorado and the Flatirons and Boulder.
Really? Okay, yeah.
It was awesome. It was.
Ooh.
It's you do it. And it's like, oh shit, this is like a million times harder. You know?
Yes, I bet.
Yeah.
I don't even care how high I go. I just want to go just high enough just so I can feel it and not just come the fuck down.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not that brave. I don't really want to go up.
No. I'm like look down and be like, oh, okay.
Nope. No, dude. Have you seen that documentary about Alex Honnold?
Oh my god, dude. Dude.
That dude's an animal.
That part where he gets to on like he wakes those dudes up on the wall.
Yes.
And like they can't even believe what he's doing. Like
oh my god. Like just the thought of standing on some of those ledges. He's like halfway up, just standing there, just like looking out, and just like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, the lactic acid buildup that you have to have has got to be insane.
God, man, it's just him, and he has this fucking chalk, and that's it.
I liked hearing the story of the guy that shot it too. That he almost didn't do it because he was like, "What if I just film my friend dying?"
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, that's a heavy thing. How am I supposed to live with that? If he falls and I'm recording this shit.
Dude, Jimmy Chin does a lot of really cool like outdoor documentaries like that.
Really? What other ones has he done?
He did one where it was him. Was it Maru? Maru. It was him and two other guys trying to do this like route that's never been done.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just like the struggle and then like the mental, like them battling themselves to do this thing that they've like committed to doing.
The Rescue.
I think
This is a new one, I think.
oh, he's got.
I'm tripping. Free Self, Elizabeth, Chai,
Well, what is this?
Vasa, Relly, and Jimmy Chin, The Rescue. Watch the trailer. The Rescue chronicles the enthralling, against all odds story that transfixed the world in 2018, the daring rescue of 12 boys and their coach from deep inside a flooded cave in northern Thailand.
That's crazy.
Whoa. Okay.
That sounds crazy.
So
I didn't know.
So that's his newest one.
See, that's another like thing in the news that should be like talked about. Like that's some positive ass shit.
I had no idea that even happened.
No,
that was
neither did
in
I.
2018. That was
No.
just 3 years ago. Man, the news cycle is just so quick. It's hard to keep up with shit.
It really is, man. It really is.
It really is.
I can't like having a job like that would be so stressful. Like you can't ever relax. Something's happening at all times.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. You're on a constant deadline trying to get clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why a lot of these fucking places do all this clickbait shit.
Oh my god, dude.
Weak ass reporting.
Oh, I know. I'm not even gonna lie. There's so many times I want to click them, but I already know. It's like
It's just a waste of time.
I know. I'm like, don't do it, man.
It's like, but you gotta know. Is it Britney's? I don't.
Is it Britney's? Is it Britney's?
Fuck, dude. Oh shit, Peachez, bro. We've been going for a little over 2 hours.
Oh my god.
I know this has been a great time.
This was awesome, dude.
Dude.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes,
man.
dude.
This
Is there anything you want to point the people to, or how they can check you out, or anything like that?
Yeah. I'm on. I only have one social media, man. I got Instagram.
It's all good.
Peachy. If I had my choice, I wouldn't do it at all. But I
Yeah.
get so much business from
It's
Instagram.
it's necessary for
Yeah.
work, right?
Yeah, it's
People can see how awesome of a barber you are.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's like they get to see those dumb little montages that I make out of it.
What is it?
It's Peachy Two Blades. Let's
Peachy-
catch me there. I'm at
Peachy
Union
Two Blades.
Barbershop, and I've got a fight at Maristar Shamrock January 22nd. So come check
Ooh.
it out.
Yes. This will be out before then, so that works out.
Cool. Awesome.
Awesome, dude. Thanks again, my man.
Hey, anytime, man. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Later.